Thought we had time.
Yeah, thought we had time. Really thought we had time. We are live, by the way.
Hello. Attorney Mike Grelvin here with Law and Lumber. Rob and I have been hanging out. It's pretty cool.
Yeah. Sorry we're late. We had cocktails at lunch.
There might have been cocktails.
Might have been cocktails. But
yes, I'm making him do it.
Oh, fuck. What is that? Can we talk about what it is? What is it?
Malort.
Yeah.
Malort is this. It's a Chicago drink. It's really not. It's not made here or anything, but it's only drank in Chicago because it's so bitter. Only a Chicagoan would like it.
Oh, that was a Chicago joke. That was good. That was really good. I like that one. I'm gonna keep that.
It's like drinking bitters with a shot of rum. Say.
Do we just want to do that now so I can get out of the way and I can taste my tasty red?
I don't know.
I need because it's like 6 a.m.
Yes. Let's do it while you have that. Okay. You'll see this. By the way, Malort, you should be paying for this, but I'll give you this one freebie. Where are we at here? Let's make sure it's fair.
Fair.
We'll keep it small because that's enough to get the idea.
All right, we got Andy already in the chat. Andy, I see you. I'm showing you so you can leave me alone. This live stream's not gonna like itself.
Thank you, Andy. Thank you. All right,
love you, buddy. All right,
here we go.
Exactly.
We're doing this. This is for reals, Malort here.
It's warm. Oh.
It is warm, but is that cold? Yeah, you're gonna want to chase this stuff. All right, let's do it. Here's to Chicago and Long Lumber.
Yeah. Oh.
Oh, delicioso.
Oh, it tastes like
beautiful.
It tastes like the soul of a defense attorney. Oh, bitter and harsh, and nothing kind. Why did you? Do you strip paint with that shit?
Yeah. One of my favorite drinks. I made it up myself. This is my associate's fault, but I have that with Diet Coke and a lime.
I can't think right now. There's so much that's your fault right now. I'm so mad at you. I was so happy. That lunch was so good.
Lunch was good.
Ooh, okay.
We had lunch on the river.
Yeah,
it's good times.
Yeah, you guys, Chicago's awesome.
So wait, are we doing that? We should announce that now too. So when we land this stream, are we going to Treehouse?
Yeah. So we are going to try and land this stream. We'll see how it goes. We're going to try and land this stream somewhere around 6 o'clock, and we are going to go to, you know where it is.
It's Treehouse. It's on LaSalle, and it's right across the river. I don't know. I'll look it up. I don't know the cross street. It's not. It's like LaSalle and Hubbard. It's not Hubbard.
Yeah,
it's one south of that.
So we're going to go there. We're going to have some fun. We're going to drink some beers. If you guys are local, if anyone wants to stop by and say, hey, that's fine. That's cool. Like I said, we're just going to have some beers and hang out and have a good time. So if you're there, awesome. I did see something from Scott, who was in the chat earlier. What's up, buddy? Hey, buddy. Safe travels. Was in Chicago once. Really love. Oh, the Malort's still coming up.
The biograph is awesome, by the way. The biograph is there's a mafia hit at the biograph, and it's just cool.
Yeah,
cool place. Yeah,
I've never been.
The lady in red, she went and kissed him, and then he got taken out. It's good stuff.
I mean, yeah,
Chicago's full of. You should take the gangster tour. It's pretty good.
The gangster tour?
All the Al Capone stuff and all that. Yeah, it's good times.
Now I learned something about Al Capone on the Charles Lindbergh case.
What about that?
Did you know that they tried to consult, or Al Capone tried to get out of jail to say that he could get this child released?
I did not know that.
Yeah.
But that sounds like him.
Apparently, he was like, I can negotiate this, because this was back when Chicago and mafia and mobs were going down like crazy. And people thought that the kidnapping of Charles Lindbergh's son might have been associated with the mafia, because
it probably was.
They were running alcohol
right.
in the 20s, and then in the 20s, it became legal again in the 30s. And then Charles Lindbergh's kid gets kidnapped, and Al Capone goes, hey, I know a guy, a.k.a. I can probably have some people killed, and let me out of jail, and I can probably negotiate the release of this kid.
I have no doubt he could have done it, too.
Probably.
Because he knew everybody who was doing anything wrong, so he could hunt it down, absolutely.
It's still sanctioning it. All right, so what we're going to do on this live stream, we are just going to have some fun, play around. Someone mentioned Superdog. Yes, Rob, buy some Superdog. What is
It's just Judy's regular. Hello, it's just Judy. I'm not familiar with Superdog.
Superdog. Write it down. I gotta find it.
Super dog.
That Malort is like jet fuel.
The Malort's fantastic.
Oh, like I don't know if I wouldn't go fantastic, but jet fuel, yeah, I go with that. Sante indeed.
I don't think you all appreciate the space we're crammed into here. This particular office that I'm in currently is tiny.
Yeah,
but it's good times.
Yep, we're gonna have some good times. Okay, so for those of you in the chat who don't know, Mike and I have never met before face to face. Only time I've ever seen him was on live stream, and I know he practices law. So I figured it'd be fun today to do a little bit of war story.
War stories,
stories.
always good.
So Mike, I don't know. You're probably mostly you're chatting here. So let's see. What do you do for a living?
I do personal injury litigation.
Large scale, small scale.
Everything.
You've been
I
practicing,
mean, I deal with small cases. I deal with big cases.
and you've been practicing for a while.
Mm-hmm.
And
but it's me. So like you have to. Yeah, it's not a volume practice, but you have to deal with smaller stuff to get bigger stuff.
smaller stuff to bigger stuff. I can actually appreciate that. That I understand a lot. Okay, so how long have you been practicing? You don't have to say it. Well, maybe don't say that one. You can if you want.
25 years.
25 years. 25 years.
Since 1996.
And you own your own firm.
He carded me.
I did card.
Well, he didn't actually. I volunteered it.
Yeah.
But I'm like, he's like, I did. I don't believe that. I'm like, here it is.
He's saying 25 years on every effing stream, and I don't buy it. And he's like, here's my license. And I was like, oh, shit. To the people in the chat who are asking or curious at any point in time, I have been practicing law for 11 years. And
all of it in Fairfax?
Yeah. All of it in Northern Virginia.
Where'd you go to law school?
Fort Lauderdale. Nova Southeastern.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah. I did not
Good
go
thinking.
I didn't go to a big name law school. I went to a smaller law school, and actually I'm really glad about it.
Wow.
Smaller law schools make better freaking trial attorneys. I'm convinced of it.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, because we come out with a little chip on our shoulder.
Yep.
So, speaking of trial attorneys, how long have you been doing trial practice?
That's actually a good question. I'm trying to think what my first job was. Day one. My first job was an insurance defense firm, and that was brief. And then I was prosecutor for a brief period of time. But the prosecutor, I mean, it was small. I went downstate, and I was in a small town.
Yeah, and to Jen in the chat, yes, he does look young. He looks like a man child, a very handsome man child. like look at the comparison here. No, like Mike, I apparently
there's some quality beards here, you know.
Yeah, you know. I heard the Michigan. Okay, all right. So you've been practicing since day one in court the whole time.
Yep,
love it.
I do. But you know what? After this period of time, what happens is you still love it. You do, but you get picky.
You deserve to, because the thing is, you've actually narrowed your practice a bit, and you kind of realize the cases you want and the cases you don't.
Mm-hmm.
And you've lived through enough cases that you can pick them.
Well, we'll probably get into this as you go. There are different things that interest you as an attorney about cases. One of them is financial, no doubt about it. You look at something and you think, okay, I can make a lot of money out of that. That's interesting in and of itself, even if it's drudgery. Fine, it's profitable. Great. Then you have cases that interest you because the issues are novel.
Mm-hmm.
You care more so than usual about the client. You always care about your client. Literally, if you don't even care about your client, you care about your own reputation, and you think, I want to do well for this client. Yep. Even if I personally dislike them, which is honestly rare. But some of them you really feel for, and they sort of become crusades for you. But you also still have to make a living. So you're always walking this line.
It's a fine line. You got to pay the bills.
Mm-hmm.
Because if you don't, you end up unemployed. You can't provide your family. You can't do anything else. But also, you have this tool. You have this skill that you worked really hard to get, and this skill kind of helps people that can't otherwise help themselves.
Absolutely. I mean, do you feel the responsibility that sometimes it's weird because a lot of people, there's a very low opinion of attorneys or whatever. but I don't know how to say this without sounding conceited, but it's really not. It's just you realize, hey, if you've been around, if you've been in an area, if you practice, so you've been doing this 10 years, if you put your signature on it and throw your prestige and your reputation behind something,
your 10-year name, it's a name that you took 10 years to make.
It's a much bigger problem for the other side, whatever that is, however you're practicing.
That can be true. That can be true.
That can make the difference right there.
It shows the other person that the person that you're representing in that moment is serious and is someone to be taken seriously.
Mm-hmm. Are you starring?
I am starring. Give me a second.
Secret McSquirrel.
Yeah, he already got you. We're gonna go back through these.
Secret McSquirrel. I always thought Secret McSquirrel was a woman. Is Secret McSquirrel a woman or a man? Let's have it out.
We do not gender our chat.
We don't gender or kink shame here.
We do not gender our chat. We don't kink shame. We do not gender. We do not say anything negative about our chat. Our chat is awesome. They are non-gendered, non-specific, and they are amazing.
Okay. They're just amorphous.
And yes, Secret McSquirrel.
Cloud of awesome.
I cannot imagine what this effing chaos sounds like in 2x speed. If you have a clip of it, I'm really curious to see how that sounds in 2x. Okay. So, anyways. So you've been
Wait, do you have a clip? We were going to do clips, but then we decided against clips?
No, we're not doing clips.
We're not doing clips.
No. I want to hear war stories.
Okay. I don't know if I have good. Well, I do.
Yeah, you do. You've been practicing.
So do you.
No attorney that hasn't been practicing for more than 10 years doesn't have good war stories.
Yeah, we started talking a little bit at lunch, actually.
All right, so let's start with this one. And I'll give you a chance to think about it. I'll think about mine. Favorite client you ever represented?
Oh, well, I'm not going to name names.
Let me take this back. Funniest client. And no naming names.
Just I have to think
generality. I'll think about that one.
The funniest, it wasn't the clients. The funniest was when I was a prosecutor and the defendants doing dumb things, and it's very similar to my channel, where you'd be up there like I was a prosecutor, and they would just go up and like say the dumbest things against interest, and you're sitting there just biting your tongue, going, you just admitted the whole crime.
Yeah.
Like I have nothing. I'm sitting here with the file going, this officer can't come in. I can't do this. And they'll be up there like, well, yeah, I drank and drove, but I didn't drink as much as the officer did. And you're like, thanks, dummy. All right.
I didn't
Guilty.
Drink as much as the officer said. I didn't drink as much as the officer said that I had 4 and I only had 6.
That stuff always made me laugh. Of course, you're not laughing at the time.
No,
you're dying inside.
Yes. A little bit. A lot of it. Yeah.
How about you? Well, you do the family stuff. Oh, Lord.
No, we have different kinds of funny. So I had someone come into my office. It's not the only person that's come into my office and said this. And honestly, this was probably in my first or second week of practice. And the person comes in and they say, my spouse is cheating on me. And I want to get divorced. I was like, okay, well, here's what the law is in Virginia. And you have to prove that there's an element of fault. You have to prove it by clear and convincing.
You do? Do you really?
Well, you don't have to. No, if you want to prove adultery, if you want adultery to be a factor, you have to prove that adultery by clear and convincing evidence.
But does it even help as a factor? What does it do?
It does if it does financial harm to the marriage. But you have to make that causal connection. This was really early in my practice.
This does not sound worth doing.
It didn't. But then I start going into the evidence he needs. And he goes, I have evidence. I said, well, how do you have evidence? He goes, well, I know that they're sleeping together. And I said, okay. And I said, how do you know this? Because it's a female and, she was our girlfriend. And all of a sudden they came to me and they said that we don't want you to be a part of this anymore. And we were living together. And then at this point in time in the discussion, I have already learned they have 3 children in the same house. And I'm going, oh my word.
Was he father of any of them? I doubt it.
I was the father of all 3.
He was?
Yeah. At this point in time, I had been practicing family law for 6 months.
Oh,
6 months.
You get the full on polygamy routine.
I get the full on polygamy. I'm like, how do I handle this? And I'm just trying to stay stone faced. Don't react.
How do you even claim that when the guy lives in the house?
The girl. It was the guy and the girl, and they had a girl partner that was their girlfriend. And their girlfriend started to sleep with her more and more and more. And then was just
I couldn't deal with this.
I'm done. Yeah. Imagine.
What's he complaining about then? He's got two.
Well, then they just said that they don't want him anymore.
Well, okay, you didn't name him. What do they look like here? I mean,
I can't do that part. I'll disclose a lot. But I'm not
we're talking lipstick lesbians here.
We're not talking. You're not in the Pacific Northwest.
Don't drink and stream.
Don't drink and stream. You're not in the Pacific Northwest on a boat looking at things in the ocean. Let me put it that way.
Okay. Did you
get the connection?
Yeah.
Is it subtle enough?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. No. So that was one of the funnier experiences.
That is weird.
Uh-huh.
That is incredibly bizarre.
First year of practice.
Okay, you want my bizarre then? I'll give you my bizarre.
Yeah,
I have a video up. It's old, and it was before I knew what I was doing, which covers right up to the moment, actually. But I had a doctor, and I have a video about it in my thing, and he would go out and visit the patients in like a home care.
Okay.
And he was doing inappropriate things with them. Okay, fine. We can all get that so far. But we're talking about a geriatric population.
Oh.
And we're talking about a young, healthy doctor.
Oh, my God.
Who is not particularly bad looking or whatever, just like average. Like, I don't mean it that way, but just like a guy who could have just gone into the bar and picked something up easy. And we're talking about a lot of victims. I got the police reports and all this stuff. And I just sat there and I scratched my tail. I can't put this together. I can't put this together.
You did the Emily D. Baker. I have questions.
I have questions.
But then you thought better. You're like, I don't want to ask them.
Yeah.
I have questions. I don't want to ask.
As far as I know, he's in prison right now. But that puts me in mind of this in the sense that you're like, you're just pounding away doing your thing, and you're like, oh. I'm like, I'll just go where the facts take me.
Yeah, you get this file, and you follow the file, and you follow the case, and then all of a sudden you end up in crazy land.
The facts have taken me to crazy land, and here I am. And then you just step back and go, all right, now what do I do about it? I don't know.
You don't know.
And it ended up, I ended up in federal court with literally 15 claims and state like multiple and. Whatever. I was doing motions to advance trial to take depositions of people who were dying so they could testify and I could still get them in.
Gosh, Mike. That's freaking tough.
Yeah, it turned into a situation, but again, all started with a phone call from a client who tells a crazy story, and I said, "Well, let me investigate," because my first instinct was no, that doesn't make sense. And then you get it, and you're like, "Oh my Lord, this woman is not lying." She knows who she is. She might even see this.
Well, you know what's crazy though is it's the ones that come to your desk and you're like, "There's no way this is legit." It's those. It's the ones that come on your desk and you're like, "There's no way this is real." And then you more they look into it, you're going, "These things really happen." I'm not kidding. I think attorneys have some of the coolest stories in the whole wide world.
Yep. And then, but a lot of them we can't. For instance, like you can't talk about. Certainly, if it's pending, you can't.
Yeah. But you can't get into specifics, but you can give generalities. These stories are stories that are known, hypotheticals and things like that. That's fine. You're not disclosing any confidences. You have to play a dangerous game. Not dangerous, just careful. And honestly, I don't think I could have done the YouTube thing as a 3-year practitioner. You have to do it when you're older.
Yep.
Because you have to know a little better.
We were talking about that earlier too. It's like there's probably a ton of people who would be really good at it. But for instance, if you're an associate and you have partners over you, it's dicey. If you have somebody else deciding whether or not this is okay, you probably can't. You probably can't really be on YouTube and go strong, or at least talk about anything related to your work.
Anything substantive. Like you can't hit the big issues. Like you say anything controversial and your partner comes in or your manager or whatever comes in and goes, so about that, maybe you don't say that anymore and maybe you're either fired or you stop speaking.
Yeah, I mean, I haven't been controversial, but if I was an associate at Baker McKenzie, there's no way I could get away with what I put on my channel. And my channel is pretty G-rated. It's still you're talking about an uptight group of people here. This is not a friendly crowd. The partnerships overseeing that, how they look via any action that an attorney that works there takes. It's not. You got to be very careful.
That's true. That's true. And you know what else is true? Someone in the chat just hit that one up. Yes, I would have a baby face. I have a baby face. That's why I have the beard, so I hide the baby face. Thank you. So, all right,
we both have the baby face.
We do.
Right? It's the cheeks, isn't it? If you have cheeks,
yeah,
that's what does it. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, you really can't. It's just genetics. You just so you look like a 12-year-old your whole life unless you grow a beard. That's what you got.
Thanks, Mike.
Really, a beard is not an option for us.
No, it's a necessity.
Like this is like our indicator that we're actually grown men.
Yeah, and the fact when you start getting gray in it too, because even when you have the beard, people are looking at you like ID, please. Right. And then you start getting gray, and they're like, no more ID, and you're going, can you please ID me? My ID. All right, let's catch up on some super chats. All right, Maria Rincon, thank you very much for the super chat. Kiara, this is the chaos I live for on a Sunday afternoon. Yes, this is the chaos that I am living for on a Saturday afternoon. Also, casually inviting people, ladies for beers, later smooth. Honestly, I don't care who shows up, when shows up. I don't care. I'm having fun with Mike. I'm going to be out drinking with him. If anyone wants to come around, I don't.
Well, we don't expect anybody to really show up in this sense. We didn't have it together.
No.
The city of Chicago is massive and tough to navigate. So if anybody shows up, that would be awesome. But if like we already had this conversation, if it's the two of us having a cocktail, that's fine. It's all good.
That's kind of what I wanted.
Right. We're having fun. If anybody shows up, it's like, hey, thanks for showing up.
Yep, all the beers. Ooh, Roisin ni more da. I think I pronounced that terribly. I am so very sorry, but thank you for the very generous super chat. Maria Rincon, Aspen Brewery. And with the DMV peeps, just a thought. Yeah, so might need Mike to do a visit to DC because I have to take him to some breweries around here because he took me out to lunch today.
I can be talked into that.
Yep. Stay strong. I will not be able to stay on. Here's just a hello. Thank you for the various generous super chat.
Thank you. Stay strong.
And thank you for jumping on and hanging out with us.
Can you guys hear us, by the way?
Yeah, if the chat can't hear us, let us know. Lisa. If you guys need to visit Birmingham, we have a lot of fun here too. Wonderful group of attorneys. We're going to take this show on the road. Yeah. I'm honestly,
we'll do the road show
wherever I can go.
Yeah,
wherever I can go. If there's someone there that wants to just host Road Stream Up, yeah, I'll have. That's a lot.
Well, I haven't told anybody this yet, but I guess I will now. I'm going to VidCon in California here in a few. What's it? It's the 20th or whatever. If you want to get your butt out there. It's an VidCon. It's a YouTube thing. It's out in Anaheim.
I don't know YouTube things.
Yeah, well,
I really don't know YouTube things. You have to teach me the YouTube things.
Yeah, well, I mean, you know.
You've been doing YouTube for a long time.
Oh, yeah. I'm like an old pro. Right. I literally started this to annoy my daughters. I did. I'm like, I'll do this. And they'll be like so irritated. I'll just embarrass them just like a dad. It's like a dad joke, right?
Yeah.
And then I did it, and I'm like, all right, here's your dad on YouTube, and they're like, that's pretty cool. Like not the reaction I was expecting. They're like, yeah, good on you, Dad. Carry on.
God, Knights of Knee. We are the Knights of Knee. Yes, we get that reference.
Unite.
Ed DeBevics.
Ed DeBevics is all good.
Mary Brewer's Creative Corner Legal Bites is made 73. Wow. Way to go, Alita. That is freaking
That is awesome. I popped on there when I donated. It was like at 31, and that was, I don't know, 3-4 hours ago. That is impressive.
I love that. I couldn't jump on because I already had this flight up here, and she knew that. I talked to her beforehand, told her I would be streaming with Mike. Everything was good. I am so freaking pumped to see that number. If you guys have updated numbers from that chat and just drop it in the chat, you don't have to super it or anything. Mary Brewer, I love that you did it. I'll keep an eye on it if I can, but that's really cool. I love that. Malord tastes like burnt earwax. Why did you put that in my mind?
Malord. Oh, I really like it. That's again, that's a blatant call for a sponsorship from Malort. I'm not gonna lie to you. That's what we're talking about.
Well, you better drink another shot of it. If you want the sponsorship, you better drink another shot of it. And it tastes like earwax and desperation. Yeah, kind of. Nadia Hansen, thank you for the generous super chat. Lori Zell, can't join y'all later. Stuck in the West Coast of Canada, but here's some beer and deep dish pizza fun.
Oh, thank you.
That's awesome.
I'd like to be stuck in the West Coast of Canada skiing at Whistler right about now. Well, not now because they don't have any snow. Well, at the top they do.
Oh, good God. All right, Joe. Which strip club y'all hitting up later tonight? Also, Rob, important question. Which direction does your lumber lean? Left, right, or center?
Stop it.
My lumber don't jiggle. It folds. I don't know why that's
Right. Oh, yeah, right. Yeah. That's as good as it needs.
It's probably,
to, sure.
yeah.
Sure, why not?
Okay.
It doesn't mean anything. That's fine.
Yeah, nothing. Tipsy Rock, raising Todd Rucker. No, false. I disagree. I think Todd Rucker is just about as funny as Tipsy Rob. But thank you, Cheryl. I love seeing you jumping around the chats.
Where is Runkle?
Runkle is in Canada. I think he shot a bear yesterday.
Well, let's invite his useless ass to hop on here.
I'll message him. I'll send him that
Yeah.
chat link.
Yeah.
Kelly Jacobs can't make it tonight. Shoe money for you next visit.
We were telling nice Ian Runkle stories at lunch, among other things.
We were several of them.
Yeah.
Yeah, Runkle is fantastic, and he did.
Runkle,
shoot
be aware that that Rob is saying kind things behind your back.
What was it? What did you say? He's the most Canadian Canadian.
He's back at the hoose.
Yeah.
He's all booted.
I tell Mike that Runkle shot a bear yesterday, and Mike's like, "Yeah, that makes sense." Like, no hesitation, no nothing. Yeah, that makes sense. I'm
quasi Canadian. I'm from Michigan. They're my people. I know how they roll.
When a man named Al Capone tried to make his own this town his own. I didn't know. Was that a phrase?
Mm-hmm.
Thank you, Lisa, for that.
It's a lyric from a song.
Oh, I like that. Super Squirrel, thank you very much. Rob showing Mike how to do super chats.
Yep,
that was a call out.
Yeah. I'm being shamed here.
Totally. By Secret McSquirrel himself.
I know. I tried to get Yesenia to do it, and she's like, "Oh, although I did enjoy this though, because she knows I'm a spacey mouse because she handles my entire life." And then yesterday we do this stream, and she's in there and like the chat's like rolling, and she can't, and she's like, "This is hard," and I'm like, "Yeah, I don't know, like I enjoyed it so much." Because she knows my limitations. She's like, "Oh, he's not all there," And then she's doing it. She's like, "This is harder than it looks." I'm like, "Yeah, that's the way it is."
I'm the ADHD lawyer whisperer of YouTube.
Gregsy, what you doing?
We're getting
Gregsy's my neighbor.
Yep. Excuse me. Welcome to Chicago. Say hi from Forge Park on the northwest side. Hey there. Excuse me. It's just Judy. Here's some drinks money. Metra doesn't go by close enough for me.
Oh, Judy, that's what Uber's for. Now get your butt down here to the treehouse.
Crazy Cat Queen, thank you for hopping on and saying, "Hey, if you guys want to take this on the road, let's. You have to give us a concert schedule. Some of us can plan to hang out with y'all." Look, I
got your schedule.
You do. I have.
Yeah. We're going to do a Malibu date. We're going to do a Miami date. Do you see where I'm going?
Long walks on the beach. I love it. Like holding hands and going to concert halls.
Warm climate, fun cities only.
Oh, New Orleans.
Yeah. If you, I'm from the north, so if you're north of the Mason-Dixon line, forget it. It's over.
Miami is a problem. But yeah, I think I like this idea. This could be fun. Scooter McDooter, DeWalt, Makita, Milwaukee, or other varies. I have a Makita sliding miter saw, DeWalt for all of my drills, and then I've got Milwaukee for one drill that I love. Milwaukee's too damn expensive. Honestly, I love it. It's really expensive. Go visit Natalie in Maryland on your way to DC. Natalie and I do have to get together. She's right down the road.
She can't be.
She's right down the road.
Maryland's a good sized state, but if she's in Maryland, she cannot be very far from Fairfax.
No, she is not. She's really close. But the other thing about Natalie has a very, very bustling practice. Like Natalie's time constraints are like, like I have to schedule my minute to the net, like to Natalie. Yeah, it's tough with her.
I still think. I don't know if anyone's aware. I don't know what level this chat's on this, but God, what the New York Times did to her was like so obnoxious. She did it right.
We can't say New York Times. We're saying mainstream media.
Why can't we?
Because it was a mainstream media outlet that did it. We're not naming the name of the person who did it.
I'll call it the newspaper formerly known as something
Times.
Mildly.
Yeah, no, Mike,
mildly readable.
You already said it.
I'm going Prince with this. We need a symbol. Yes. The publication formerly almost readable about 50 years ago. Mm-hmm.
Were they readable back then? Okay, anyways.
They probably were.
Probably not. Really?
70? Probably not.
No,
Probably
70s. No, that was
No.
divisive
No.
as well.
Right.
Gina Monaco, come to Ontario, Canada. I would love to. I actually have not.
Ontario.
You know what's crazy? I've never been to Canada.
Well, again, I grew up in Michigan. Ontario is what you see if you go to Sarnia or Windsor. These are the little cross points from Michigan or Sault Ste. Marie. It all goes into Ontario.
Yeah.
So it's they're my peeps.
And Andy the Gam Maker is back. Rob, how often do ladies ask about your lumber? About as often as you do, Andy. About as often as you do. Same questions. The direction, the type, the strength.
Mm-hmm. The grain.
The grain?
Mm-hmm.
All right.
I don't know what that means.
Michael. All right. Roisin Ni Morda. This was my first super chat, so the message didn't show. Excellent pronunciation too, Rob. I got it right. You are freaking awesome. Sending Slante. Oh, no, that's not how they pronounce it in Ireland. How do they pronounce it in Ireland? Do you know?
I have no idea.
Oh, someone's going to correct them. Shante from Ireland, Dublin. From Dublin, Ireland. And congratulations on such a fantastic, incredibly informed commentary on the JDVAH case. That case had a lot of attorneys commenting on it. And honestly, that was a wealth of knowledge from a massive panel of a lot of attorneys. The fact that you guys got that very broad take on that case demonstrates how vast the people were that were commenting on it. Like you had 16 different people. I was telling you this, that there was the law tubers. Someone made a stitch up of law tubers' reaction to the various points. And what's crazy about it is 5 or 6 different channels, and we all have the same reaction, the same testimony as it's being elicited. It was wild.
Independently, obviously, because you're on live streams. You're not seeing the other reactions.
Yeah. Linda Poulin. Alita at
95,000.
Get to that 100,000, Alita.
Thank you, Linda.
Love it. Wonderful. Brentwood, come to Nashville. I have friends in Nashville. Also, I would love to visit Emily D. Baker. That'd be fun too. But yeah.
Is she in Nashville?
Yeah, she's in Nashville.
I thought she was in LA.
I did too. She's in Nashville.
I mean, it doesn't really matter, but I just I guess I never bothered to track or anything.
No, I was really
pissed. But I just, for whatever reason, thought she was in LA.
Well, so I was really pissed because I was making these, this is really going to sound stupid. I was making custom handrails for a friend of mine who is building a house in Nashville.
That's actually cool.
Yeah, I was making custom handrails because they were building a house, custom builder, and they couldn't find anyone else to make them. So I was making the handrails, and I ended up having to have them shipped down there. But the other option was for me to drive them down there.
Mm-hmm.
And it's one of my best friends from law school. And I wonder if she's actually listening to this. Jen and Josh, if you guys are in the chat, say something, because if you guys are listening, I'm going to be really embarrassed. But I was going to drive them down there, and Josh ended up saying, "Hey, no, I got someone to pick it up for me." That very night, after the handrails get picked up and shipped down, I then learned that Emily D. Baker lives in Nashville. And I was like,
yeah.
I had multiple reasons to drive to Nashville.
Yeah. And Nashville's good times.
Yeah, I freaking love Nashville.
Yeah.
It made me mad.
That's a hike, though. I mean, from Fairfax, what are you looking at? 8-10 hours?
8-10 hours. That's not bad.
Yeah.
I can do that. Knights of Knee, Law Nerds Assemble. Love it. And friggin' tastic. Please stop. Live an hour away. Can't come and say hi. So here is some cash to have a beer on me. Thank you very much, Lisa. We will absolutely do that.
Thank you.
Probably more than one. Thank you.
It's still no excuse, though.
Yep. Kelly Jacobs. Shop money unless you go to the Golden Mile. What's the Golden Mile?
I don't know the Golden Mile.
I feel like
I don't know the Golden Mile.
We should not.
I don't get out much.
Okay.
There's a lot of chess tournaments and that kind of thing in my life.
Sorry, lawyers don't have the best, wildest stories teachers do. I think that they are just different.
Yeah.
9210A Tucker. I think they're just different. They're different kinds of funny. You're going to be in the mood for a lawyer funny, and you're going to be for a teacher funny because the funny
or medical.
Yeah.
I mean,
medical. That's another one too. Doctors and nurses.
The crazy that they get in the ER, forget it.
I think the teachers part of it is the kids, man. The things that kids write on these tests. Oh, kids say the darndest things. They say the darndest things. All right, so now I want to hear about the story. Let's see here. Funniest moment in court.
Oh, I have to think on that one. You give me yours.
My funniest moment in court. Oh, give me your Gary Spence moment. What was
my Jerry Spence moment?
Yeah, give me your Jerry Spence moment. Every attorney has one.
Oh, I thought you were. It's just funny because I have a literal Jerry Spence moment.
I want to hear.
Okay, I'm going to court on a routine call, and I hop in the elevator, and over in the Daily Center, you just get jammed in. You know, like around court calls. If you're trying to go at 9 o'clock in the morning, it's just jammed. This is pre-COVID. I get in there and I get jammed in, and I look over and there's a little guy. He's shorter than me, and he's got a little string tie on. And I'm like, I'll be damned, that guy looks like Jerry Spence. And I look at him,
string tie.
I'm like, that's him,
like a bowline.
He wears it's like a string with like a rock.
That's called a bowline.
A bowline. Okay, fine. But that's his thing. That's his shtick. And I'm like, my first thought was that here's a dude trying to look like Jerry Spence. And I look over his face. I'm like, no, it's Jerry Spence. That's just kind of weird. And then we just kind of shuffle off. And that was it. I didn't talk to him or anything. But I'm like, why is he in the Daily Center? He's out. His practice is out in Montana.
Because he was observing you.
But he's big hitter. He could have a case here or whatever. They just brought him in for a closing argument. So I have no idea.
When was this?
Oh, 10 years ago.
God, that's awesome.
I mean, I don't know the time, but that sort of thing, like any big city, like here in Chicago,
you see attorneys all the time.
You see anybody from anywhere. And also, like, if I just go about my life, there's, you'll happen upon movie sets all the time, mm-hmm. like stuff you'll see. We're at my office on LaSalle. They filmed all the Transformer stuff, for instance. And I'd have to go through like the things to get to my office. I'm like, dude, I like they would try to like get you out of there. I'm like, I have office space here and I have business to conduct. That's off. I got to get to my office. But for years, all over the place throughout the city, they just film a lot of stuff here because it's a big city, makes a nice backdrop. That's all.
Yeah.
So, and I'm sure it's no different in New York or San Francisco or LA or whatever. You just see people because it's such a large population. So.
Mm-hmm. You have this massive case.
I mean, DC, forget it.
DC is spread out. Like DC, you see a bunch of people. There's just a massive population, huge population. Yeah. My favorite one, my trial was I was representing a guy that did auto body repair, and he had been sued because he did a crappy paint job. But the guy had ordered that the paint on the limo be painted this pearlescent white. Mm-hmm. And I had the dude on the stand, and his other witness hadn't showed up. So it was just him. He was the only person who could testify to this bad paint job. And this is one of my very first trials where I had not learned all the lessons of what you're, don't ask a question, only answer to, don't go one question too far. And I started asking this guy about the paint. And I said, well, you ordered pearlescent paint. Yeah. And I said, and what was the hybrid of colors that you wanted to be the pearlescence? And he said, it's supposed to be white, gold, and green. And I said, and when you looked at this paint job, what angle were you looking at the paint job? And he goes, well, what do you mean? And I asked, well, doesn't pearlescent paint illuminate different colors based on the angle that you see? And this guy in open freaking court says, I wouldn't know, I'm colorblind. I had zero clue, and neither did his attorney, because his attorney jumped up out of her seat faster than anything I've ever seen in my life and yells objection. Right. And the judge looks over at her and goes, counsel, and she goes, and
there's no basis.
Says overruled.
Right.
The bailiff, I've never seen a bailiff.
I would do the same thing, by the way.
Just like open up.
Right. Oh, I don't blame opposing counsel. I do the same thing. I'd say objection. I need to come up with a basis. Oh, there isn't one.
There's no reason. Right. This guy just literally said something we did not see happening. Anyways, then I say, well, forgive me for asking, but what colors can't you see? And he goes, I don't understand the question. I said, well, some people are colorblind. They can't see greens or reds or yellows. Mm-hmm. And he says, oh, no, I'm 100% colorblind. I was like, as in you see black and white. Right. He goes, and some grays. And just his attorney is just sitting here staring down at her booklet because her other witness who drives this car has not shown up to court.
All right. So that puts me in mind of my yes. What you mean by the question. It's a very similar, not different. It's not as fun as that, but it was one of my cases. It was property damage only. Okay, these are war stories. These are like young practice.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I got a case. It's property damage only. I'm representing a subrogation interest of an insurance company. Ooh, doesn't this get everyone excited? All right.
Well, give a stupid generality for subrogation. And while you're doing that, before you do that, Legal Bites hit over 100,000.
Wow.
That is freaking amazing. Awesome. And apparently, if Legal Bites hits 150,000, James will dye his hair purple. And I think that she actually has dropped the link to that donation in the description as well. And it's all over Twitter. If you guys want to donate while you're watching this, if you want to jump over there and jump back, I do not care. Donate. It's a fantastic cause. So, yeah. Sorry. Subrogation. Okay. What's subrogation?
So subrogation is just the insurance paid out money. They want to get their money back. I was a young attorney and I had this, but they had filed a jury demand. So we're talking about a few $1,000s in property damage on a vehicle.
Oh God.
And I'm in Muni and the judge is just rolling his eyes. So we get this case up for jury. I don't get my witness. The defendant was a truck driver. And I said, I don't care, Judge. I want to go. I'm going to call the defendant as an adverse, and he's either going to commit perjury or he's going to admit this because it's in my favor. I'll be damned if I don't. I literally have a jury. I think I only had 6 in the box. You can do 6 on a Muni.
Yeah.
On a Muni in Illinois. I think I only had 6 in the box. But I put this case on. I called the truck driver as an adverse. He was an honest guy. He told what happened, which was he got waved through, which is not an excuse. So if someone waved him through, then he went through and hit somebody. Okay, well, that's a loser. You lost in liability. The person who waved you through does not have authority to change the traffic laws. That was the essence of the case. But I'll be damned if I didn't get a jury verdict without the plaintiff. I didn't have a representative for the plaintiff. I just called the defendant as an adverse witness and got a verdict. And we're talking about small potatoes here. Again, we're talking about $2,000. I'm like, that's pretty cool. Like nobody else would care. This is small or whatever. But as an attorney, you're like, you just got a jury verdict without your client showing up. That's pretty good.
That's pretty awesome. That's fun. All right, let's catch up on a little bit of these super chats. I had someone coming in. You guys jump on this fundraiser together. Everyone loves to see you. You know what? If we wrap this thing up with enough time, we might actually have an hour to jump on with Legal Bites. So we see.
Is she still going?
Is she? Yeah, apparently she's still going. I talked to them before we did this stream.
I don't know how she is. I
said they started.
I got to take a break right now. I mean, we can tag team right now. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's possible. I
might have to
chat off.
Step over to the boys' room for a second. But like Alita, when we were both on there, she would roll in there for like 14 hours. I'm sure she went at some point. There were a couple times when I said, "Go take your dog out," and like I'll hold it down for like 2 minutes, but that was it. I mean, she would like literally run, do whatever, and then come back.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know how she did it.
I don't either. It's nuts. It is really nuts. So
she deserves all the accolades she gets from it.
Yep. But we'll see. We'll see where we land the stream. We'll see how it goes. Mike and I are just vibing right now. We're having a good time. It's just fun.
It has been fun. It's really cool.
I just like catching up on war stories.
We were having this conversation at lunch, which is really neat. So it's like, okay, we only know each other from talking on stream or whatever. And then we meet and we're like, yep, you're exactly what I thought you'd be like.
Yep.
Mm-hmm. There's no difference. There's like zero difference between being on YouTube with you or talking to you live. It's the same person.
Yep. That's the fun part. Chelsea D says, Charleston Seizure Breweries and Raise You Firefly Moonshine Distillery. I think that sounds wonderful and dangerous at the same time.
Oh.
Janelle, y'all should come to Austin, Texas. Nice and warm. I think you both love it.
I'm in.
That's fun to me. Yeah. Sister Sherry doing stuff. New compilation day. Super funny. I'll have to check that one out. Cynthia P, come to Montreal, Canada. I've heard Montreal is a lot of fun.
I've never been to Montreal, and one of my ancestors was former mayor of Montreal. I mean, we're talking the 1700s, so it's not like,
You're dropping like big things here.
Yeah.
Former mayor of Montreal. That's a big city.
Urbain de Gravelines. Oh yeah.
De Gravelines. Yeah, that sounds about as French as you can freaking get. Okay. Yeah. Awesome. Kelly Jacobs, shot versus shoe. I am in Milwaukee. Oh, you meant to say here's some shot money, not shoe money. I was going, I like my shoes, but this will help me get new ones. I'm in Milwaukee. Thank you very much, Kelly. Secret McSquirrel, thank you for the update, buddy. Oh, don't do that. Thank you for the update. 100698.
100 grand. That is
awesome.
fantastic.
Yep. Jenna Russ. I like the name, by the way. Jenna Russ. Thank you for being so generous. My first super chat, followed your channel on the JDVAH case and thought you were so insightful. Thank you for everything you do. Thank you guys for following us. Honestly, Mike and I were talking about this earlier. What's funny with all of you guys in the chat is you don't realize how much of an impact you have on us coming back on.
Mm-hmm.
Like seeing you guys giving comments and coming in and supporting, it literally encourages us to do this another time.
Mm-hmm.
And then another time, and then another time. The fact that there are 1,700 of you here right now means that it basically guarantees that we have the support to come back on again.
Mm-hmm.
And I did not expect this at all from this community.
Yeah. It's surprising when you start.
It's amazing.
Yeah.
So, Mike, thank you, Mindy. Please brush Mike's hair before you guys go out. A rising tide is good for all ships. I don't have to touch. I don't have to touch any of this.
Hi, Mindy. How you doing?
Any of this, man.
I know Mindy.
Oh.
Well, no, I mean, I just know who she is.
Okay. You know who Mindy is.
Right.
Apparently I have to run a comb through that hair.
Well, it ain't going to happen.
Jessica Thompson, 100K. James McCourt will dye his hair purple. Yes, I want to see that really badly because he's got a frock going on. He's awesome. got the
How old is he? He's just a kid.
20s.
Yeah.
Which is,
I don't mean that in a bad way. He's
I know.
just like a sweet kid.
I don't like saying that like 20s is kid anymore. It hurts my soul.
Yeah.
My old gray soul. Yes. Thank you, Maiden Hair Fern. I knew I pronounced that wrong. Slanche.
Slanche?
Yep, Slanche. Thank you. I knew I got that wrong. You are awesome. Kathy Richardson just got here. Been on the fundraiser. Where in the world did Mikey take Rob for lunch? Hopefully Wrigleyville Portillo's.
Yeah,
No.
we were on the river. We were on the river. We couldn't get a table outside, but we were at a place called River Roast, which honestly we were just like trying to throw something in quick so we could get this thing going. But it turns out it was really good.
The steak, friggin' awesome.
Yeah, it really was. I was surprised because whatever.
Yeah, I
did it out of convenience, not out of like, oh, this is a great place to go.
High recommend. Susie H. Yes. Live stream is at 102, 150, and James goes purple. Looks like James is going purple.
James,
and I'm all for it. You know what's going to be funny? Let's see. How many of you guys? I want to do a poll here and drop numbers in the chat. Okay. You know what? Can I actually do this one? I'm going to try and figure this out. Is trying to figure this out real time a good idea or a terrible idea? I think it's a terrible idea trying to figure this out real time.
Trying to figure out what would.
I'm gonna drop a poll.
Oh, I've done it, but I can't remember.
You know what? We're gonna do it this way. We're gonna do a poll in the chat. Ones if you want to.
I gotta step out. I'll be right back.
I gotta save Mikey because he's gotta go. He's gotta go use the boys' room.
I will.
He's gonna comb his hair.
Favor for you.
He's gonna comb his hair too. There will be no combing, Mike said, very emphatically.
None.
All right.
Might be wetting it next.
Okay, Susie. So 102. Yep, got that one. Thank you very much. Tammy Lemke. Rob, I love that you said to Spidey about the lawyer/client relationship and bond when discussing JD and AH trial during one of your live streams with him. It was about Camille speaking for Johnny when he couldn't. It was great. That is a very honest observation, Tammy. Thank you for the super chat. And honestly, that's how a lot of attorneys feel. We get a lot of bad rap sometimes. People look at us like we are just out there for the money. Honestly, most attorneys that I've spoken to get into this for really good reasons. And a lot of them stick around for those reasons. You don't stick around because of the money, because honestly, the level of work that you have to put into those cases when you try cases, there's no comparison. Like you put in so much work and so much of your heart, and when a case doesn't go your way, it breaks you. But the reason we do it is because you believe in the case, you believe in what you're doing, and you believe you're doing a good thing. So yeah, that I felt that very much about Camille Vasquez. Knights of Knee. Asshole is playing the Chili hearing audio. I'm going to save that for Mike because I think he might actually get that one, and I don't. Kimberly Kurtz. Have a drink on me. Have a blast. So nuts on Clark and Garrett's is a real question. Thank you all. I'm going to leave that one for Mike too. Mindy, more colorblind stories. The colorblind story is the only one I have. You guys don't realize how how wild that story was. That does not happen in a courtroom. It does not happen in a courtroom. And it happened in one of my very first trials. I think the judge just about lost it. The thing that I didn't get to say, and I'll say it before Mike gets back, opposing counsel, their second witness showed up. So I didn't win that case because the second witness gets on the stand. And the very first question, counsel asks second witness who was the driver, gets on the stand. Counsel says, can you state your name for the record? Yes. Counsel then asks, are you colorblind? He says, no. He goes, what's your vision? He goes, 20/20. Then it was like, and did you see the paint? Yes. And I was like, oh, so freaking close. Still, that was my favorite moment ever in litigation. I freaking love that one. I don't know about ever in litigation, but that was one of my favorite moments. Bill Nash. Oh man, thank you very much for that, very, very, very generous super sticker. Like I said, you guys coming on and being here while we do this is kind of the reason why we do it. Because we feel like we're actually doing something productive and doing something good for the benefit of everybody. Alex, hey Rob, you seem so much more energetic than in the first stream where you joined Elite from the workshop. I bet you could have never imagined where you are now in the subscriber count. Very happy for success. The energy is actually me getting used to it and me getting less anxious about it. What you guys don't understand is that being on camera, I can be a talkative person in small settings with small people and small amounts of people. But when I get on a stream and I see that there's like 1,700 people in a live stream, anxiety.
Hello, Cleveland.
Anxiety happens a little bit. So when you see those early streams, that's just a lot of anxiety. And then you get comfortable with realizing that you guys are here for a reason, just to hang out with us. And you guys kind of like the fact that we can hang out together. And having you guys give that support adds to that comfort. So thank you for that generous super chat. I saved 2 for you.
That is amazing though, that you like. I told him like I did this and like nobody watched for like 2 years, which is fine. I'm not complaining. Like you just kind of do whatever happens. Or is, you came along and it was like boom and trial and blew up like and that's really cool. But I had like a year of like just getting used to it. And then he just like goes and like you did your first. It's funny, even your first video on the bed, which was really a great video. You were like nervous. You could see it.
I was reading. There are people that are dropping comments, and I have not gone back and like responded to any of them. They're like, bro, stop reading. I was like, stop reading. This is my first video.
Right.
What am I supposed to do? I don't know what I'm doing.
Right. Like I got to make 100 videos that nobody watched, and I knew nobody was watching, so there's no pressure. You're like, hey, whatever, But then you get used to it. What you did have is you had experience of being on a little bit on other people's streams.
That is huge.
But there's so much more to learn.
Yeah. My very first live, I think I told you this one. Like I was expecting to do like a live at and I did it at like midnight. Mm-hmm. It was a test stream because I wanted to see what it was about. Mm-hmm. I was like, I'm going to go live and try it out.
Right.
And I started at midnight. And I dropped the link to people. I was like, hey, if you guys want to come in and help out, I have no freaking clue what I'm doing. I literally had no clue what I was doing. I was in StreamYard for like the second time in my life, managing it on the side. I start the live and I give a 5-minute warning to all the followers. And I start the live and all of a sudden there's 6,000 people in the freaking chat.
That's awesome.
Dude, it was not awesome.
It's scary.
It was awesome, but it was not because that chat's going.
Yeah, but now look at you. We're talking. By the way, we're talking about a month ago here.
Yes.
But look how comfortable you are now.
You get
like you get there fast.
You realize that you guys are all here for a cool reason, and I love having you here, and I love all the support you guys give. Honestly, it's freaking awesome.
All right, what are these super chats?
All right, Masshole is playing Chile hearing audio. I don't know what that was.
Masshole report. Chile is Chile Castro. Whatever. I have a good. I call him Silly Chile. I've got a playlist for him. He's just a crazy auditor, and it's a lot of fun. Masshole is another channel that was giving him a hard time. I know what you're talking about.
Okay, this one. Kimberly Kurtz. Have a drink on me. Have a blast. So nuts on Clark and Garrett's is the real question. Thank you all.
Garrett's and nuts on Clark. That's just like popcorn and nuts and stuff. It's just good. Just piles of butter and shit. It's good.
Okay.
It's good times.
Randy Bond. Yes, keep going. Thank you for the soup chat. We are going to keep going until we run out of stories, I think. Or until we need to.
Mia Francesca. Yeah. I like Mia Francesca. So I've been going there forever.
Great Chicago experiences. I do like, the last time I was in Chicago was about 11 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
And the hot dogs.
Yeah.
My buddy lived in Wrigleyville.
There are so many good places in this town. I mean, really, it's just a big town. Like any place. It's just there are so many good places.
I didn't tell you the story about the last time I was in Chicago. And it was Heart Your Lives. Can't wait for you to work. I need to get in the shop. I'm really happy to do that. I'm getting back to the house, which is going to make me so freaking happy because I don't have trial. I don't have a other trial to cover. Mm-hmm. I can actually go in the shop and make stuff again.
Yeah, until something blows up. Something will blow up.
Probably.
None of us even know what it is yet. Here's what's weird about that is if you're going to cover interesting prominent trials, they are literally always happening. But the sort of YouTube concept, the law tube concept wasn't around to jump on it. Well, now we are, and you'll see that it's not constant, but there will be stuff, and we don't know because there's always 100 cases ready to go to trial, but you don't know which ones are going to trial. Yep. It's just every attorney knows this because that's what their practice is like. But then if you spread that out over the country, it's the same concept. It's the same exact concept.
Yeah, and it's the news, and honestly, the Twitter followers. I didn't realize how much news I was not getting until I joined Twitter.
Yeah.
And
you and I got pushed onto Twitter by Alita.
Yep.
Neither one of us knew a damn thing.
Yep.
And she's like, and all that was because there's a group of us that go on that stream. So she's like, well, it's easier for me to just drop the link to you guys. So she made a little group, which is understandable. And that is effectively why we're on Twitter. And then you just went to town. I'm like, I can't figure this out. And he just takes off and he's like Twitter maniac. You're flying thrown with people. I'm like, oh, I can't deal with this. What's Rob doing? You know?
It was one of those. You know what? When you have Eve Barlow come out and try to attack the court reporter for the courthouse where I work, when she did that amazing of a job, and she's trying to say that she's biased. No, you fucking thunder.
It's just
see you next
stupid.
Tuesday.
Yeah. It's so stupid. The court, first of all, the court reporter was doing what court reporters do, and second of all, the court reporter has zero power.
Nothing.
They're taking it down, and not only in this circumstance. You could say, oh, that this person gave me a bad record. And I've heard these allegations, so that's plausible. However, you're saying someone gave a bad record on something that's being broadcast everywhere and commented
live.
On. Even if there was a bad transcript, you could literally pull the video and say, oh, you missed it.
No, it's not even that. She was doing live transcription, full transcription for the bench for every sidebar. So at sidebar, counsel's up at the bench, and they're arguing, they're yelling, and she is reporting it, not just doing her shorthand, she's full on transcribing it. And it is coming up on an iPad that they are reading in real time. She
was really doing it. You know, back in the day, when I started this, I don't know why, because we certainly had recording, technology that wasn't new, but they had it, and it's a weird keyboard. It's only got I don't know, maybe 12 keys or something in some combination, and they do it phonetically. But that's all that you would have. But now they all just plug it in and are recording, and it's going through a thing.
Yeah.
So they're
correcting.
It's dual. They're sort of AI computer doing it. And it's actually three things. There's AI computer doing it. There's a recording of it, and there's the manual transcription of it.
And some of them have.
And then they compare it.
Some of them have the duck mask. You seen those? Mm-hmm. They speak into it as you're doing it. But the fact that she was able to do that live in real time, so they're watching a running feed of who was saying what at every sidebar. That's freaking nuts.
Oh, it's a nightmare.
And she was there for all 6 weeks, every day. So you go after someone who's doing that good of a job playing a neutral role. I'm going to light you up.
Yeah. And I guess, you're not going to, okay. So you don't have recordings of the sidebar. So that's really what's important. When you're outside the presence of the jury, whether up there in a sidebar or back in chambers, then it really is down to the court reporter themselves. However, there are witnesses. You're having 2 or 3 attorneys from each side and the judge. So if someone's just saying some crazy ass thing like, she admitted that she, defamation per se or some damn thing. If you just try to throw that into a transcript, it's not going to fly.
No.
You would come back, the judge, who's very reasonable, would say, no, he said that.
Yep.
The opposing counsel would say, this transcript is nonsense. So it's not like they can change the outcome of a trial.
Mm-hmm. Correct. And you heard about this thunder see you next Tuesday from Stanford, who's talking about the petition to get Judge Ascarati removed.
Oh, jeez.
She's promoting people from outside the jurisdiction to call Virginia state legislators to try and influence that. Oh God. Okay. But that's where I get kind of really pissed off.
Yeah.
Is where people start messing with a court system that is struggling already to keep up. Like the court system is trying to do its best.
Yeah.
Don't fuck with it.
She did a really good job.
Yeah, she was awesome. She did a fantastic
She did a really good job calling that trial.
God, yeah. Oh, that Chicago story. My ADHD brain came back to it. Oh, I freaking love this sometimes. Okay, that Chicago story. When I was here.
Okay.
No, when I was here last time, when I was staying in Wrigleyville, the cornhole game to end all cornhole games. We were playing. It was after the bar exam, and we had Cubs tickets, and it was my buddy and me. It was four of us.
Okay.
And my buddy Sam and I were on a team, and my buddy Scott and Blake were on the other team. And we're playing, and we get to the point where Sam and I have 21 points right on the board.
Okay.
Boom, done. Sam has one extra bag. And the consequences of losing this game is that you have to take a shot that's that big of hot tequila. It's Chicago summer.
Okay.
So hot tequila, that's the consequence of losing the game. So all Sam has to do is throw the bag
hot
to
tequila?
The side.
This is meant to be a punishment.
It was punishment. Like the losing team had to take this. The losing team had to take this.
More dumb guy shit. I love it.
Okay. So yeah. So there's this big thing of hot tequila sitting there, big old glass. I mean, this is stupid guy stuff, right? The glass is like this big, like filled like that with freaking warm tequila, junk tequila. Because every time we keep upping the wager,
probably better than Malort.
Probably. We still keep upping the wager. Like every time someone goes, oh yeah, you want to up the bet, we go and pour a little more in the glass.
Right.
So Sam and I have one. We have one. All he has to do is throw his bag on the pavement. So I turn my back and start to walk. Or no, Sam turns his back, starts to walk towards the tequila because I'm sitting there next to Blake, standing there. Sam goes to walk towards the tequila and takes his last bag and does this over his head. Bucket. Over 21. Back to 15. And then on the very next throw, Blake lands one on the board, hits 21. That was the worst tasting tequila of my entire life. And I will never forget.
Where were we at?
Wrigleyville.
Did you go to a Cubs game when you were?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's freaking awesome.
Yeah, that's good stuff. Although it's changed a lot since you were there. They knocked down the Cubby Bear and they put up a hotel, whatever. It's a whole situation up there. It's cool, but it's different now. I mean, Wrigley's Wrigley, which is good. Wrigley's nice. It's a good time.
I haven't been there for 10 years. I still love it. It's still going to be memorable to me. I'm still going to love it.
Yep.
Even though it was the worst skill I've ever had in my life. JJ Breck, love this. Thank you very much for the super chat.
This is fun.
I love this. Jody Vukmir. Just saying, Lumber Guy, what you've done for the JD trial was amazing, especially the bed part. My question is, who was sitting in the back seat of the truck when got in after she lost? That was Whitney. Whitney got in the back seat. So when they leave, Whitney navigates towards the back seat. You can see the video on Behavioral Arts. He posted a whole thing about it. And as far as the bed comment, look, I took work that other people had done. Not work. That Brian, Incredibly Average, did an analysis, said that looks like a knife. So did Tug. Tug said that looks like a knife. The connection that I made there was that the bed itself couldn't have broken if it wasn't ripped. It was actually showing that action and how that breaks. That was the only thing that I added to it, and I love doing it. It was it was
like a shard, right?
It was a split.
It was a split, but
it was a chunk that was like this deep off, which is why. Yeah,
I don't get just the force on it. Like it wouldn't crack that way. That was your whole premise, right?
That was the point.
Yeah, it's just.
But it was freaking awesome watching Camille Vasquez ask those questions
and
zoom in on the freaking knife, and it was like watching the video back again.
Yeah,
and it was so awesome.
Right. Yeah, that's fun.
That was cool. Beth and Wilson, how many drinks does it take for Rob to look even slightest bit unkempt? Love the chat, guys. Don't challenge Mike. Dude, I hate you. You gave him a bad idea. Like, did anyone else just see that face? I was looking at the screen. This is terrible. Okay. Probably a lot. And probably we'll find out tonight. Who knows? Thank you for the super chat / not thank you, but thank you also. Hempland, Texas. I'm behind on the video and trying to catch up at 2x speed. You all sound like chipmunk cartoons. Chip and Dale, LMAO. That is the only Chip and Dale you will be seeing is the vocal version. Anything else ain't gonna happen. Our Fez is required tonight. I might actually show up. Can Rob handle another Gen X? I don't know if I'll wear a Fez.
We don't have a Fez.
We don't have a Fez.
I've got one Fez and it's back in my condo. We're down in the loop right now. Yeah. We're chilling on the river here.
We're just having beers.
Mm-hmm.
Good times. Good times.
There haven't actually been beers, but yeah. There have been drinks.
If you want warm and fun climate, you should visit St. Tropez. We already have 36 Celsius. I don't understand Celsius.
Saint Tropez.
St. Tropez. Watching your earlier streams helps with the JDHAH withdrawal. Someone translate Celsius to me. I understand millimeters and inches because I have to cut. Is it hot?
That's hot.
That's hot.
That shit's hot.
Okay.
80 degrees.
That's hot. Heather thinks, don't tell the others who are great, but y'all two are my favorite law tubers.
Oh.
No, we have to tell them now.
Right.
We have to tell them now.
Yeah.
Because
your judgment is fantastic.
We need to rub it in their face. Be like, no, we are Heather Thinks' favorites.
Let's tell them all right now.
We are Heather Thinks'
In fact, we should just clip this and send it to Runkle and Uncivil Law.
Exactly.
Anyone we can find. What? Nate the lawyer. You know what? He needs to know.
And F those super generous law tubers who are wonderful things.
Right.
And I will be donating to that cause, but F them. Right. We are Heather Thinks' favorites.
Absolutely. Way better than Hogue. I'll say that right now.
Heather, we are messing with you. I love you. Thank you very much for that super chat. 107, they're playing a game with hats.
Ooh, hats.
It's funny because James is likely to be wearing a hat after he dyes his hair purple. Okay, thank you, Claudia, for that update.
What color is James's hair?
It is.
I've never dyed my hair, but like my hair is dark. If I try to dye it,
you have to bleach it first.
Yeah, I mean, I couldn't dye my purple. I mean, I could. It just would look dark, wouldn't it? I don't know.
I don't know. I'm getting ideas.
I'm not dyeing hair.
You don't have to do anything. You can drink a lot and pass out. I can do the dyeing.
The eyebrows will be gone. It'll be a whole situation.
Oh God. Megan Perkins. Thunder, see you next Tuesday is my absolute. Yeah.
Oh, okay. That's what suckered me. There were two things that suckered me in the beginning.
What?
So I go and my viewers tell me to go over there. I'm like, okay, fine. I'll go over. We'll go over to Alita's channel. She was gracious enough to have me. So I go over there and day one.
Wow.
We've got Elaine Bredehoff dropping the see you next Tuesday 5 times.
9, like million
and I'm
times.
like, I can't look away from this trial any longer. And then we have Baruch, Isaac Baruch, and he was just the bomb with the whole I'm not European routine. And I'm like, okay, I'm in. I'm sucked into this trial. That's it.
I mean, the trial was. I've never seen anything so wild in my life.
Yeah.
I've tried cases in domestic relations litigation, which you know how crazy that shit is. Mm-hmm. Over 10 years, and I've never seen anything like that.
Yeah. What happens is you have facts that are weird, like especially with defense cases or domestic relations.
There's like one specific fact.
But literally nobody has the money to let that level of chaos play out. It's just too expensive.
Yep. Law is just too expensive.
Here's a scenario where we have a wild set of facts and enough money to explore them. That is a rare scenario.
And the funny thing is, usually with those crazy set of facts, you have two parties where one of them's afraid that the other one's going to explore, and then the other one's afraid they're going to explore the other thing. So they actually have incentives not to dive into them.
Yes.
Because it's if you bring this up, I'm going to bring this up.
Yes.
And you don't want me to bring this up.
It's usually tit for tat, and usually both people have good ammunition.
They basically back off.
But this case wasn't about that. So usually that is going to boil down to an amount of time in jail or a financial figure, one of those two things.
Yeah.
And everyone's got risk, and you buy it. This wasn't about that. This was about him clearing his name. So the money didn't matter. So someone couldn't throwing money at Johnny Depp in this scenario. It was not enticing to him.
Yeah, which means the money didn't matter. Which means that she had to throw every piece of grumpy at the wall that she could, and see what would stick. And because she was doing that, he didn't really have to throw too much. She just opened herself up for it.
Yep. And then you get, it's a strange set of circumstances that will allow this to play. Yeah, there's all sorts of bad facts. Just your average daily, your everyday like domestic relations or a divorce type case. You see lots of nasty stuff, people cheating, lots of stories. But 99% of those aren't going anywhere in terms of testimony because everybody's got a financial incentive and a professional incentive to make that go away. Yep. So usually that's settling.
And let me tell you, so there's one thing that I see in cases. So there's a very large Indian community in Northern Virginia, in the Loudoun County area. Now, this is without exception, every single spouse in a divorce that involves an Indian husband and Indian wife, there's always gold. I don't know if it's a cultural thing. I don't know if it's a family thing. It is a gold. Gold is huge, and physical gold. I mean bars. They always say the other person has it every single time. There's safety deposit boxes, and there's jewelry safety deposit boxes, all of the above. You know what
that makes all the sense in the world.
But you know what I've never seen in trial?
What?
No one has ever made that allegation in trial because they both know
where it is.
They have that she has some, he has some, and neither wants them going after the other person's gold.
Right.
I've never seen the gold.
That's a perfect microcosm of what we're saying.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Everyone knows the truth.
Everyone knows it's there.
And so now we're playing chicken about what we'll disclose, but you always have your own dirt that you don't want disclosed, and that's where you're at.
Yep. It is freaking perfect. You couldn't be more right. But yes, see you next Tuesday. That is one of my very favorite phrases to say see you next Tuesday, because I don't like saying that word. Not really a fan of it. And when Elaine Bredoff said it 9 million times, it made me really uncomfortable, especially because she enunciated the hell out of it. She was like, huh. I'm like, whoa.
We're at the very beginning of the trial, so I don't know what the evidence is going to be at that point. But my first thought was with Elaine doing that, it's like, I don't want to say this 15 times in a row in reference to my own client, especially when it appears there's some truth to it. It's a bad thing to do. It's a poor strategy. Say it once, but I even wouldn't say it. If I'm doing it, I'm crossing him. I'm making it come out of Johnny Depp's mouth. I'm not saying it.
Well, and that's another thing. So I found this weird because, and this is just from my experience in trial, I don't say those words in court. I actually don't. And I know that as an attorney, you have the leeway to say it. I don't say those things. I either make the witness say it, I have them read it out loud, or I will say so the judge can see it. Like I'll say, and you then say, you are a flaming blank, and have them admit or deny it. And they can read the words on the page. I don't have to read it out loud.
Right.
The fact that word was said so much in this trial, I was so uncomfortable. But then you think about how much else was said too.
Well, she miscalculated. She thought, oh, that's just going to shock and amaze everybody. But it's not. Anybody who's ever been in a relationship and mad at somebody has said bad things.
Yeah. So
any adult would look at that and go, yeah, okay, it's a mean thing to say. But have I said something mean to somebody that I was mad at? Well, hell yes, I have. Well, no, so I'm not shocked by this.
The messages weren't even from him to her. The messages were from from him to his buddy.
Right.
And you're saying you go through a shit breakup, and you're like if you go through a shit breakup, you're not texting me going, Rob, this effing
right. Of course.
Yeah, you are. Of course. That's healthy. Okay. Yeah.
And everybody knows
it. Cherry and Max. Hey guys. Look at the puppy. Look at the puppies.
Oh.
Get a slice Chicago pizza. I probably will before I leave. Wendy Sells, did you see Dr. Spiegel's article? Thoughts? Love this collaboration with the two of you. I have not. I will have to check that out. I love this collaboration too. But Dr. Spiegel wrote an article. This is the one where he was complaining that everyone was shitting on him.
Yeah. Well, don't make a jerk out of yourself on the national stage. You know what happened? I mean, I feel bad for him.
Yeah, but then he also kind of admits that what he did wasn't ethical, like in the middle of it. He's like, I didn't diagnose, but then I diagnosed.
You're
a shithead.
You took on being an expert. I have no sympathy for this.
No,
you took on being an expert witness. Expert witnesses in cases that you people have never heard of get absolutely destroyed on the daily. It's our job. It's literally, that's your number one job. Is if opposing counsel hires an expert, how do I destroy this person? That's true of everybody. If I hire an expert, defense counsel does it. If they hire an expert, I do that. That comes with the territory. So for him to say, I'm upset that I got negative reaction to being an expert, that's what it is. That's what being an expert is.
Yeah, you get up there to get slaughtered.
Yep. And that's why the experts are very, very careful. They'll sit there. So if you have an expert review something, they are very careful about what they're comfortable saying because they know someone's coming to get
Oh my gosh. I have experts who will quite literally and that's a discussion you have with you always have it verbally, so you don't have to disclose this specific discussion, but you have that discussion where it's like, what can you say? And they will look at you and they say, I will not say this. And you know they will never go that far because they have their lives to consider. Now, Dr. Spiegel, the thing that pissed me off was he didn't seem to care. He was going to go in there and say anything that he thought he wanted to.
He was just going to say whatever they thought they wanted to hear because he wanted to do it. Okay, the consequence of that is you get hammered by the other side. That's okay.
I know. I wish the consequence was that someone grabbed him as he walked out, took his license out of his pocket. Like, what a joker. What a joker. Atlas Shrugged. Mike from Chicago as usual. And Rob Lumberman, I watch you and have a blast. Thank you very much for the generous super chat. We have fun doing this stuff, guys. Shelby, speaking of beer, Rob, you said you homebrew, but what are your favorite Virginia breweries? From a fellow high-functioning ADHD beer nerd. Hey, Shelby. Favorite breweries, Virginia. There's a brewery. They actually grow their own hops in Virginia. It's called Vanish. It's in Ashburn. It started out. You guys ever watch Top Chef?
Mm-hmm.
Do you know the twin brothers that were there? Michael and something Voltaggio? Anyways, one of them starts their stuff in that brewery. Really awesome. Go check that one out. Ashland Brewery is also good as well. So those are two ones that I love. Mel Bennett, 36 Celsius, around 100 degrees. No, thank you.
Where at 36 Celsius around 100? Oh, okay, well, I don't know. It was hot.
It's hot.
Yeah,
that's really hot. I hate DC in the summer too. It's like a swamp. Heather thinks, of
course, is, man. It's just humid out there.
It's fucking ridiculous. It's a swamp.
It's a swamp.
It's a swamp.
It's a damn swamp.
Yeah, you walk outside, it says like 80, and then you walk outside, you walk back in, and you've lost all the water that you drank the past 3 days in sweat. Heather thinks, W, of course, you're messing with me. Loved every second of it, but I am a pretty big deal. I am sure that you are, Heather. And I love that opinion. And you know what? I'm going to tell all the rest of LawTube that exactly. But I might keep your secret just because you were really nice to me. Thank you for this. Due to my mental health, I hardly go out of my flat, but this feels a little bit like company. Love, Tipsy, Rob, and Mike.
This is company.
It is.
We're hanging out with you.
Yeah. Actually, and I made this comment. I've made this comment to everyone I've hung out with. People have made comments when I'll post pictures of me watching other people of LawTube or YouTube or stuff, and they're like, you can't get away from it. I like hearing my friends. Like, I will put their videos on while I'm in the shop and just put the audio in my ear because it's like I'm just listening to you guys talk.
Yeah.
Like, I'll throw Hogue on in the morning.
Yep.
I'll throw Nick on at night. I'll throw Nick at night.
Yep.
I just realized.
I watch all the people that are on the stream with me, and all the time.
Because it's like just hearing your friend talk to you.
Mm-hmm.
It's a lot of fun. Mel Bennett, thank you for the generous super chat. I am also a barrister from the UK. Love your practical CSI work and showing how the bed broke. I find how y'all say you try cases strange, as in the UK, it's the judge who tries the case.
That's bizarre.
The judge tries the case, and the attorneys respond to the judge's inquiries, or is it the judge is it just bench trial?
What the hell does what the hell does the attorney do? A barrister, whatever,
We gotta ask Daniel, black belt barrister.
Yeah, I got nothing.
I don't know enough about the UK system.
Our little law school prom or whatever was called the Barrister's Ball. I remember it well. Good times. But that's literally the only.
You remember that thing?
I do.
How much of it? 10 minutes?
This was 1953, and I remember it like it was yesterday.
All right, Gary Smith. Okay, let's see what else we got here. Ooh,
it was at the Drake. It's a nice hotel
Drake
in Chicago. Yeah,
the Drake Hotel. Man,
Mhm.
that's fancy.
It was fancy.
Okay.
It's good times.
Oh my gosh, you guys! I keep kind of catch up on super chats. The thing is, Mike and I get distracted when we're talking because we're having a good time talking. I then lose focus. We hit that one. All right, so we've got some more to catch up on.
We got some stars. Okay,
some more stars. Heather thinks W. Best brewery in Virginia is Young Veterans in Virginia Beach. Interesting. I'm breaking Mike's office.
That's all right. I never come here anyway, so it's all right.
Pineapple. What's a freaking pineapple grenade? A pineapple grenade?
Sounds good.
I'd probably drink it.
Yeah, why not? Give it a shot.
Maybe 3 or 4 of them.
Yeah.
No better. My dad ran the water service for our county and was expert in many cases. He had his life threatened. Oh my gosh. This was Northern Ireland. Well, a lot of people in Northern Ireland had their life threatened. I watched him check underneath his car each day, mirror on sticks since age 4, starting school. Wow, man. Yeah. Northern Ireland back then was a place you did not want to be.
Yep.
My heart goes out to you. That was probably a wild experience. And I honestly, I bet you've got some really interesting stories. And I bet your dad does too. Kristen M., thank you for the super chat. At EDB read Spiegel's article last night and lost her mind. Also, there were debates on your ages and if Rob is really that old. What are you guys calling old?
Rob isn't old.
I now feel, it makes me feel older.
Rob isn't old.
Oh, I'm a child. Spring chicken.
He's a youngster.
Yeah, practicing for 11 years. I feel old though. Everything hurts all the time. Like all the time.
That's why you drink more.
I know.
Yeah.
It's called lubrication.
Alcohol solves all problems except alcoholism.
That's only if alcoholism is a problem.
It tends to get there.
Yeah, I would lose my mind reading that article as well. And Angela Laforie, Rob, how/where did you learn Spanish? You
speak Spanish?
I understand it.
Okay.
I lost the ability to speak it a while ago. I grew up. My mom went back to work full time. She was a big time employee with Bechtel, and she went back to work full time when I was a month old.
Really?
Yep. And we had a live-in nanny who was my niñera, Yadira, and she was from Panama. So we grew up basically learning Spanish.
Oh, that's cool. That is awesome.
It's cool until you realize that being raised by a Latin woman, the stereotypes are oftentimes true. Like you don't get beaten.
Let's not get your stream taken down here.
No, but when you hear like Dame Bicicleta, you run for the fucking hills because you know that woman's about to beat you to kingdom come. It just is. Yeah, no, that's so it was.
And you know you deserve it.
Oh,
or whatever. Right.
Yeah, massive. Right. Yeah. So, but DC area also some of the best Salvadoran food you will ever have. Pupusas like you would not imagine. Fantastic. Everything. Yeah. So I was raised Spanish culturally. Still understand Spanish almost fluently. Let's put it this way: I understand about 70 or 80% of the sentence, and then fill in the gaps.
Yep.
And then I understand how to write it more than speak it, which is weird because more it's a comfort level. I'm afraid to speak it out loud. So, yeah.
I was raised by wolves.
You were raised by wolves. I can tell.
Right.
And that as
in northern Michigan.
Got to comb it.
I need a haircut, but whatever. We'll get there.
Andrew Patton.
I'm not doing glamour shots today. Although we did have a glamour shot. It took us. It was 10 seconds to set up.
Yeah.
Walking over the bridge on the way back from lunch.
That's why we were late. Mike
it's on his Twitter. It's good stuff.
Yeah, Mike wanted a photo. We were late because Mike wanted a photo. Mm-hmm. He wanted to document the experience. I have framed it. It's up in his office. Andrea Patton, Dr. Spiegel had a total meltdown in the article and weaponized his own pit bull as a threat. It was gross. Weaponized his own pit bull. Is this as bad as the Michelle Daubert thing? Chat can let me know, because the Michelle Daubert thing was probably the most egregious thing I had seen.
That is the most egregious thing.
Yeah.
I can't believe
calling the women that supported Johnny Depp's skirt.
I'm not one to to call for canceling somebody, but I mean, Stanford should be ashamed.
Well, you saw that she also basically referred to Camille Vasquez and any other woman that was supporting Johnny Depp as a skirt or a
right. Oh, it's sexist. It's stupid. It's just an unmitigated embarrassment.
Yeah. To
the legal profession, to Stanford University, to civilized people.
Yep.
It's just offensive, plain and simple.
Yep. And to the chat, Camille Vasquez. Someone gave me this recommendation on Twitter. Go look up her interview on Univision. El Gordo de Flaca. Look that up. There are subtitles. You can read it, but she actually gets into a lot more of the emotional discussion than you would imagine about her upbringing and who she is and how proud she was, how proud her parents were. Her dad's from Cuba and her mom is from.
You are freaking me out with this good Spanish accent. He's sitting right next to me with this plaid and white bread thing going on, and he's dropping like good Spanish pronunciation on me. It's odd. I'm not gonna lie to you.
We're not gonna talk about it, but go watch it. It's actually it's a really good interview. It really is, and it shows a different side of her that you wouldn't expect to see, and a lot of the cultural stuff. So the fact that Michelle Daubert goes after someone like that,
mm-hmm.
someone who is the daughter of two immigrants who honestly became this badass attorney during this trial, was scared going up to the stand or going up to the podium when she first does her questioning, and then comes out of this with this notoriety and this massive beacon to all women everywhere.
Right.
And then Daubert tries to call her a skirt.
Right. Hey, she's just a good attorney. Yeah, it's so offensive. All right. We need to start getting ready for going forward. Can you do one of these with this?
I can do one of
those. I can do ice.
That.
All right.
If we can do ice with that, I can.
Yeah. I just gotta go grab it.
I can do that. All right.
I gotta go grab it.
No,
wait. We couldn't fall off the.
Law in the UK is split into solicitors who deal with the daily things of law. Bears are generally present in the higher courts, and we're the ones in the wigs and gowns.
All right. So what do you do if the judge is trying the case? You just sit there and watch the judge try the case?
No, you yell at the judge, I think.
Yeah, you just yell at the judge? Can you throw stuff at him like tomatoes and stuff?
I would love to.
Yeah. With wig?
But I also have seen that those wigs are remarkably expensive. I've seen some of the stories about the tins that you guys have. Honestly, it's a really cool system. I wish I had like a full 3 days to sit down with a barrister who's been through that process and just, you want to have beers with them and just compare the notes. Like, this was my schooling. This was my upbringing. These are my cases. These are the difference. Because lawyers, one thing about lawyers, you put a bunch in the room and they can talk literally for 3 days.
Yep. Well, what's weird with the UK is it's like, we derive our system of law from them. So it's very, very, very similar. But then you have something like that's completely different. So 90% of it is very recognizable. I mean, it's literally, we have a derivation of English common law. But then you see something like, a judge is proceeding on this instead of the attorney. That's a big difference.
Yeah.
It just is.
All right, go get the cocktails.
All right. I'm making cocktails.
Cocktails. Mike's getting cocktails. While Mike's getting cocktails, I am speeding up and grabbing stuff. Oh my gosh, a lot of you are apparently traumatized by chanclas. Chancletas. I always call them chancletas. Why do they call them chancletas, not chanclas? I don't know. But yeah, so we'll get back to this one. Yeah, I'd love to learn more about the UK system. Honestly, it seems really cool to me. I'm a nerd with this stuff, and I love deep dive. The ADHD, my law partner calls it shiny penny syndrome. You ever hear the phrase "see a penny, pick it up"? Yeah, I see pennies. She points at the pennies, and once I see a shiny penny, I can't drop the shiny penny. So when it's like the UK trial or something like that, I just kind of research deep dive like crazy. What's the very first thing that you will forget about the JD&AH trial? Mine is Dr. Spiegel. He looked like more of a patient than a doctor. Honestly, the first thing that I kind of forgot, which was a good strategy move, was Johnny's sister. Very oftentimes, when you're getting into a trial, you don't really remember the very first witness of the trial. Johnny's sister provided context, but the substance was provided later by other witnesses. So that was kind of the first thing that I'm gonna forget. I'll leave this for Mike. He's coming back. I can hear him. I think I can hear him. I can't hear him. Mike, Cheryl wants your skincare routine.
Take a shower every day.
And this is why women hate men.
I have been doing you know what I think helps? I've been doing a sauna in the gym. But that's recent.
You've been doing a sauna.
Like I feel good after a sauna. Well, you just sweat it out. It's nice. But I don't know if is it a skincare routine?
No, I think ladies still hate you because all you literally just told every lady in the chat that all I do to keep my skin looking like this at your age is, and I didn't mean to say your age. That was derogatory.
Right.
Take that back. All I do to keep my skin looking like this and looking like I'm a man child.
You're trying to be sensitive. No, it's cute.
You look like a man child. We just had this discussion. People look like man children. All I do to do this is go into a sauna occasionally and shower.
That's the routine. No moisture, none of that stuff. I don't do any of that stuff.
Do you know how much women pay on that shit?
I don't. Does it help?
I don't
Makes any difference?
I don't know.
I don't think it makes any difference.
Can't ask me my skincare. I don't have skincare routine. I also don't look like.
See, well, you look young, but you actually are young.
I am. I'm a child.
He's a hoven.
A man child. Otra etapa de la vida. Vivo mi vida abajo estos sometimientos. Yes.
How are we doing on likes? Hit that like button,
like
people. We got 2,000 in here.
Same sentiment. Dude, the chat, by the way, has lit up with people who were traumatized by their Latin mothers hitting them with sandals. With sandals. Probably you guys were running around doing stupid stuff too when they did it.
Yeah.
Check your Twitter, Rob, about Dalbert. Don't tell me she did something stupid again.
Oh.
I don't want to do that.
Not yet. It's just like I'll deal with that, but later. All right.
I don't know. It's gonna make me mad. I kind of want to be mad though. As Paul Salvadoran, yes to pupusas. Chocolates are no joke. Yes, you were traumatized as well. Love it. And yes, the pupusas in.
What are pupusas? I don't even know.
So basically, flour tortilla, right? But in the process of making it. So you are rolling out the tortilla, making the tortilla itself, and then before you fry it, you add a bunch of stuff into the mixture. Or you put, they'll either do chicharron, they'll do beans, they'll do cheese, and then they'll mash it together, and then they fry the fucking thing. And then they put this wonderful little cabbage salad on top of it. It's legit.
I'm all in.
The hangover cure beyond all cures that you can imagine. You just get 2 or 3 of those bad boys in your system, and you are healed until you die the next day.
I had a Mexican nanny for our kids, and I remember she was just making like tacos, okay, just tacos, but she's like, these will be good, and she's like, bean tacos. I'm like, this sounds awful. It just sounds bland. But she gets the tortillas out, and I mean, it's in lard. Like we're not playing with health or any of this nonsense.
Yeah,
you know, it's just like it's on. Like there are no diet restriction concerns. It's just what works.
Yeah.
And she was like beans and rice and like tortilla. It was just so freaking. I don't know. It doesn't even sound good. It just tasted like heaven.
Have you ever had Mexican breakfast? Like fresh homemade corn tortillas. With black beans and the queso blanco, and then you just spread it on there, and then you take a couple pieces of bacon right on top. You drop an egg on top of that.
Or just Mexican rice, like all this stuff. Yeah, it's like all this really simple stuff, but if it's just the little details. If you do it right and you don't play, it's just it's so good.
Yep. Everyone has an abuela who does it like perfectly, and then you have to learn from abuela how to do it. And then you just keep it forever and ever and ever because it just makes the best friggin' food in the whole wide world.
Well, here, and I'm sure a lot of other places, like, I like a good tamale, right?
Yep.
But the only place you can get them in Chicago or any place that I'm aware of is you buy them on the street. So you go out in like a neighborhood like especially around December. So that seems to be a big time of year. Seems to be sort of a holiday sort of thing. But you want to get the old abuela out on the corner and buy these, go up and give her $30 and get a bag of tamales. That is the bomb. You can go in a restaurant. I don't care how nice it is. It's not good. That is not you. The only way to get tamales is homemade from somebody, and they're fantastic.
Anuncios. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. No. So, and then I have family in Arizona as well. So every time I go to Arizona, I always pick up a bunch of tamales and bring them home. Yeah.
Yeah. That's as good as it gets.
That's really freaking awesome. You really don't need this. You really don't. Yeah.
We have the other big one here is the Polish. Like those are probably the two biggest sort of like second language.
Spanish and Polish.
And Polish just in Chicago. I mean, we have everything. It's a big city. We have absolutely everything. But like the largest populations will be Spanish and then Polish. Same thing. I mean, you get into these old babushkas making pierogies. I mean, it's just like simple. It's just, it's like, and they'll be like, oh, it's potato and cheese. And you're like, what is this awesomeness?
Manna from
exactly.
Why did I die and go to heaven?
It's a simplicity, and I don't know how they do it, but just trust me if you get the opportunity, have it.
Yes. And Panama, I've been wanting to go down there for a while, honestly. The visit has been open. It's finding the time to do travel because that kind of trip, if I go down there, I want to be down there for at least a month.
Yeah.
And finding a month to do it. I don't know. Maybe the YouTube stuff. Maybe I'll find some time. Cecilia Rebe, thing that you will never forget. I think that was in reference to the Shankara. Yeah, you don't forget that shit. Happy hour in San Diego. You two are a bucket list addition. Thank you very much. That was really nice. Thanks.
Yeah.
Mel Bennett, Black Belt's great lad. I've always been taught we present the case to the judge or jury. It could just be different words. I specialize in high-level contract negotiations in the entertainment business, from actors to BBC. Oh, that is awesome. Mel, I bet you got some freaking awesome stories.
Seriously.
If you're ever bored,
come on,
talk about those stories, like negotiations in British entertainment. Hit me up on Twitter, DM. I'd love to have that chat. That sounds fun. Jan, thank you for the very generous super chat. Mel, you are being really generous tonight. Still afternoon. My wig and gown were about $5,000 US.
Jeez. For what?
Yeah. Huh.
Did you get a broom that flies with it?
No. That's Hogwarts.
No. Okay. Hogwarts. Yeah. That.
We present the information to the judge. Contract, especially U.S. contracts, are like reading freaking Shakespeare. Why? Why are U.S. contracts like reading Shakespeare? And is the Shakespeare reference derogatory or complimentary?
I don't know. Yeah, I don't know.
That's where you lost me on the Shakespeare. Is the Shakespeare meant as an insult or a...
Why is the wig and gown $5,000? I can't get past that.
How much add all your suits together?
Yeah, I mean, suits can be expensive, but it's a lot of stuff and it's gonna be tailored.
Yeah, plus the suits. Lawyer suits do not last long.
Right.
By the way, in case you didn't know this, stress has a different body odor than a lot of other things. And lawyers that try cases are very stressed all the time. Those suits do not last long. They start not being very, very friendly. LJ Dunn. Spiegel says his daughter is at his home with his pit bull. Doesn't Elaine have to go in front of the judge? She badmouthed on national TV. If I'm Elaine, I'm not appearing in front of Judge Escarati for a little while.
Right.
Bethan Wilson. There are 3 books by The Secret Barrister. They are great explaining the UK system, written by an anonymous barrister working in criminal magistrates. Hang on. I'm stealing a post-it.
All right.
The Secret Barrister. I need my card. Where's my card?
It's right there. Gotta hit that.
Awesome.
That's a little more palatable. A little vodka with some soda there. I think it's grapefruit soda.
Fantastic.
That's a relativity thing. After a shot of Malort, just everything tastes awesome.
That's actually pretty accurate. I don't know. I can't, like, you could put that in a car and start it. I'm pretty sure. maybe some aircraft. Yeah, probably do pretty well there. Always happy to have a chat line to my law brothers. Yeah, dude, this has been awesome. You've been super generous all day. Thank you very much for that. Embellished. I used to think the meme about your body always hurting after 30 was a joke. Then I just turned 30 and my left knee decided it hated me.
Yeah.
Dude, it's same. Everything starts hurting and it doesn't stop. And it sucks. And you just have to enjoy it. There are days when I wake up and you ever have to do like the where you're trying to hook your pants to your foot because you can't like bend over to get you're just trying to do that.
Yeah, you know, it's funny as you get older, and I'm a lot older. It's funny you get little aches and pains, but you also get wiser, and it sort of compensates the whole time. You know?
Yes, Mike.
Like you don't like. You're like, okay, I have a little pain or whatever, but like, but I still don't have to do the stuff I used to do, or I can pay somebody to do it, or like, you have these compensations that are like, you're just much wiser, and you're like,
you do gain really good experience.
Right.
You gain a lot of life experience. You learn a lot of lessons along the
way. Like right now, it would probably, it'd probably cause a little pain or something if I mowed a lawn, but I'm not going to mow a lawn. I'm too old,
Yeah.
Like I could, but I'm not going to.
Yes, exactly.
That's how it works. It's all good. It's all good, brother.
Okay. Mike's going to be mowing the lawn.
Aging is awesome.
It is. It's so cool. So cool. No, but actually it's fun. Kristen M. I said old. Us in late 40s don't think you're old.
Who's us?
I don't know. Apparently them. Everyone in the chat in late 40s do not think that we're either of us are old. Thank you very much.
Come say it to my face.
I think he means that literally. Come say it to his face. Gen C, favorite book and favorite album. Not Hit with Sandals, but I got the Wind Speed from Nona. That's another one that sounds kind of fun. Yeah, what is it with, the U.S.
Favorite book and favorite album?
What's it go? Do you have one? My favorite book is Great Gatsby.
Yeah, that's a good one.
I love the prose.
Honestly, I like
linguistic and the
I like Crime and Punishment and Dostoevsky. That's just good shit. Album. I'm trying to think of albums that people would know because I like weird stuff. But what's an album that's not pretentious here?
Carlos Santana. I freaking love Carlos Santana. I'm trying to remember the specific album name, but it was back when he released Oye Como Va.
Yeah. All right, let me go. All right. So here's like a super famous album that people will know.
Okay.
I have other albums that's just like dopey because they're not going to know.
Yep.
Granddaddy Software Slump. Nobody knows that. So I will go with Blink-182, Enema of the State. Fantastic album. Just top to bottom, and everybody knows it. So there.
That also brings up Green Day Duke.
Yeah. It's in the same thing. Yes.
Red Hot Chili Peppers, Californication.
Like the song, don't like the Chili Peppers. Generally, that's my favorite Chili Peppers, but I'm not a big fan.
Oh gosh, man. Foo Fighters.
I like Foo Fighters.
Yeah. Okay. Good.
I like Jane's Addiction even better, which is the same concept.
Yeah. Jamie Centrella. Thank you for the generous super chat. I fought the local school board against expulsion of my 7th grade daughter and won. People like you two have inspired me to possibly take up school once again. Our children are in pain and need strong advocates. Jamie, thank you.
Why were they trying to expel?
Dude, I have fights with the school board in Loudoun County like you would not believe.
Yeah.
The level of bureaucratic.
Yep.
Everyone in the fucking Napoleon complex wants to be up there. They want to tell you how powerful they are.
Yep.
The school boards and HOAs. The problem is HOAs deal with the adults.
Yes.
School boards deal with kids.
Yep.
And you start messing with that shit. Like,
you're right.
Yeah, you get my back up.
I've dealt with some HOAs too. It's the same. You're right. It's the same sort of thing where like a lot of it is it's important, but a lot of people aren't paying attention. So you get some. Not all, you get some really good people, and then you get some bad people with bad motives who are power hungry off from like being in an HOA. And you're like, come on, the competition to get in wasn't that tough. Let's be honest.
No, and the thing is, we all turned our back on them.
Right.
We didn't think they were important for the longest time, and then all of a sudden you realize that
they have a real effect on your life.
They have a real effect on your life, and they have real power that you gave them, and that these people like power, and once they have it, they're not capable of giving it up.
Right.
and they love to just swing it like a fucking broad axe.
I have the power.
And they do. They just fucking assholes. Every school board I run into, man. And the thing is, there's you want to piss an attorney off. Someone was here earlier asking about why, when you're in the little boys' room, they were asking like about why we do what we do, or they're glad to see we do what we do. And I said most attorneys are like this. You can't get into the law without actually having a real passion for fighting on behalf of something that you really believe in,
right,
and sticking up for people. And if you get into the law doing it for the wrong reasons, for all the money and all that stuff, you ain't gonna last long.
Right, specifically litigation, at least.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah. I remember when I got out. Yeah, here's an old war story. I got out of, and this is where I ended up downstate in a small farm. I mean, a very, very. The county seat was a place called Pittsfield. It had 2,000 people. It's about an hour north of St. Louis in Illinois.
What an unfortunate name.
Just out in the middle of nowhere. Okay. So at that time, I was in Chicago, and Chicago's fun. It's like a kick-ass cool town, right? And I had two job options. One was do document review. You know what this means. And it was, I don't know, it was $40 an hour, say. Or you could make nothing and go be a prosecutor. And I said, well, I need to be in court trying cases, not doing document review, because I'm not worried about right now. What's going to happen 3 years from now? You're either going to have experience being a freaking attorney, or you're going to review documents. Yep. You're not going to get rich reviewing documents. I could make more. I made a third of what I would have made in that job, and had to move to the farm in order to do it. And that's what I talked about when I was a prosecutor. It was like 6-7 months.
Yeah.
I tried so many freaking cases in 6-7. I mean, I would just go over the 100 files. I mean, yeah, there were traffics, there were juvenile things. I mean, everything under the sun.
It's crazy.
But that's how I became an attorney. That 6 months is what made me an attorney.
Yeah, it's crazy. I never wanted to be a trial attorney, ever.
Yeah. Really?
I wanted to be a swivel chair attorney. I wanted to sit in an office and not try cases. But when I graduated law school, there were no jobs.
Right.
So I ended up working for this solo practitioner because he was the only one hiring, getting paid. I mean, when I say literally peanuts, every single person that graduated with a bachelor's degree from my college was paid more out of bachelor's degree than I was as a lawyer.
Oh yeah.
And the very first week that I was with this guy, I ended up trying a friggin' assault.
Yep.
In General District Court. Trial by fire.
And that's how you get there.
I was scared out of my mind. I remember being terrified. The judge says, "Mr. Morton, would you like a rule?" And I was like, "A rule?" And he says, "Would you like a rule excluding everyone who could potentially be testifying from the courtroom so they don't hear one another?" And I was like, "Thank you, Judge. Yes, I would."
It's funny. I had the very similar. I was a prosecutor. I was down there. It was like one of my first days. And I'm the judge. And the judge turns to me. It was Judge Roseberry, who I don't know if he's still around or whatever, but because he was younger, but at the time. And he turns to me so the defendant says a bunch of stuff, blah, blah, blah. I'm sitting there alone. The guy just sends me over. I don't know what I'm doing. And he says, what do the people say? And he looks at me. I don't know that that's my cue. I represent the people of the state of Illinois. I'm a prosecutor. And I'm like, I don't know. Ask them. They're in the gallery. Just go ahead, Judge. And the judge looks at me. It's like something out of my cousin Vinny. He's like, that's you, Sparky. What do the people say? But you can't take. That's how you become an attorney. You do. And you fall on your face. You make a jerk out of yourself, and then you get good.
So many mistakes. But anyway, about 2 years later, the same judge, I had a case in front of him. The one who asked me the rule question. And this time he had been elevated to circuit court. And I had this case in front of me. We tried for 3 days, and it's a bench trial. And he says at the end of the case, we submit, he gives us ruling, et cetera. Everyone shake hands. And he says, "I'd like to see both counsel at the bench." And I'm going, and you know this feeling, oh, shit.
Oh, here we go.
What did I do? You're thinking in your head going, what did I do? What did I do? What did I do? I walk up, and the judge looks at me and says, "I was in here, Mr. Morton, when you had your very first case." And he looked at the other attorney and says, "And I remember you the first week you were practicing." And he said, "I've watched you come up, and I take a great respect in the attorneys that we produce out of this county.
Yep.
And you both have come immensely far in that 2-year period, and I am proud of that as a member of this bar and as a judge sitting in this court. You are welcome here anytime." I cannot tell you the feeling that gives to young attorneys.
Yep.
You feel
And that's common. The judges know while you're doing this. The judges know the influence they have, and I mean this in a positive way, like in a sort of developing the profession. It's not trying to help you. It's trying to help you be good at practicing law. Not leaning for you in the merits of the case. No, they've got a job to do to judge that.
Yeah.
But I've found that the vast majority of judges are pulling for you when you're young. They'll laugh at you.
And you know what's funny?
They'll enjoy it.
So are opposing counsel.
Yep.
And I find that I do that with younger attorneys now too. Is they're doing stuff along the way, and even if they're opposing counsel in the case, you are trying a case on behalf of your client. You are not trying to minimize the person that you're trying the case against.
Right.
Because you and everybody does better by making this profession look better.
Yep.
So,
well, and what happens when you have good opposing counsel opposed to bad opposing counsel? One, it's more fun to try the case if you have to, but the stronger likelihood is you don't have to try the case.
Yeah.
So, I just, for instance, we were talking about this, like, I'll call opposing counsel, and it's like, okay, I've had them on 27 other cases, and they know what they're doing. It's a level of respect. We call up and have a phone conversation where we're both in this practice area, know what we're doing. You skip 8 hours of BS and say, okay, here's where we are.
Yeah, I know you're going to say this. I'm going to say this. You know that we disagree here. Can we just skip to the part where we actually talk about things where we can get an agreement?
Right, you just go to the nub, like the one issue. Like, okay, the issue is whether or not you accommodated restrictions, say. We both know it.
And the agreement,
and let's just talk about that, and then everything else flows from that because you're pros.
Well, and the agreement itself, people look at attorneys and like, you guys are just trying to negotiate. No. We know how it could go horribly in court. We also know how it could go great in court, and we know how to assess the difference between the great outcome, the horrible outcome, and what is the right outcome.
Yep. And
the good attorneys are the ones that can settle cases.
And neither one of those attorneys is afraid to try it.
No.
We know what. We're not like, oh, my whole life's going to end if I win or lose. No.
And there are times
what it is.
I will walk up to counsel in family law cases where I will look at the attorney and they say, look, and they say, can we resolve this? And I said, I would love to. I would love to. My client is very emotional about this position. I'm talking about this. I don't think this is one we're going to be able to settle. I'm going to try. I'm going to continue to try. We might have to just try. And the attorney looks at me with the utmost respect and says, understood. Let's just do it.
Yep.
And then you do, because you're freaking professionals.
Because you're a pro.
We're getting back to super chats. Okay. Because we got
completely. Wait. Where we go? Yeah, we really did go off on war stories. That was actually good. That was just natural war stories.
Kind of was. Yeah. I like that one. Jan.
You got to land this thing so we can go out.
Okay. You guys are who? Ex-husband was an attorney, lived in fear of the board of professional responsibility with good reason. He is disbarred and an ex. Keep this up. Whoa. Okay. What? The ex-husband got disbarred, and he's an ex. Like, so she was basically saying he was,
and with good reason. Okay, so he was doing nasty stuff. Yeah.
Still surprising to read out loud. Serenity Salvador. My name says it all. Walking contradiction. Oh, spicy Salvadorans. Love it. LOL's unicorn. Just to confuse you more, the English legal system isn't the same as ours in Scotland. I saw that. I would die trying to mentally process all of that.
Wait. Aren't England and Scotland the same thing?
There's different equations.
No, I'm just jagging them right now.
Like, you live in Chicago, there's a big Scottish community.
I get the whole Scottish nationalist thing. I just like to play dumb and make everyone insane.
To everyone in the chat that is Scottish that was going to show up at the bar, Mike said that.
I love y'all. Okay.
Julia Zaha, how Polish is Chicago? Fourth generation, 100% Polish. Are also mostly segregated city. How my parents couldn't find another nationality.
How Polish is it? I mean, it's not that Polish. There's just a lot of Polish immigrants here, and it's good. It's just another good influence in the city for lots of reasons.
Massive diversity. Same with DC. Terry Picaric. Call Runkle. You need Runkle. You LOL. You are a hoot. Runkle literally, he just shot a bear. He took the bear. I have a text from Ian Runkle that says, sorry, can't join the stream with Alita. that has.
Oh, he just shot a bear right now?
No, he shot a bear like a day ago.
Right.
He says, "Sorry, I'm not going to be able to join the stream with you, Alita,
Mm.
at some point." I don't know if he's on there now.
I'm cleaning this or whatever.
He
Yeah.
said he had to drop a bear off of the taxidermist.
Right.
The most Canadian to ever Canadian.
I did drop a bear off the taxidermist. Oh.
Kelly Hernandez. Rob, the more you speak your Spanish, the more you remind me of Handy Manny. Children's show from Disney 10 to 15 years ago.
Yeah, we know.
Oh,
Handy
that's
Man.
funny. I don't remember that one. Heather thinks W. YVBC. Beer.
What's that? Buffer. Equal thousands. Worse for the rest of us than the patriarchy. What are you asking me about?
I don't know. What's this one? YB.
I don't know what YVBC_M beer founded two vets who are also very cool guys.
That's the veteran beer place that she was referring to earlier in Virginia Beach.
Gotcha.
Awesome. Two veterans.
I literally don't drink beer because it's full of carbs. I mean, I like it okay. I just don't. So I don't know. I don't know beer.
That's how he keeps.
It's good.
That's how he keeps the complexion of the baby face.
There you go. No carbs.
No carbs.
No carbs and an occasional sauna.
Yeah. Julia Zaha, former resident of Chicago for decades. Be careful, love. Pupusas are amazing. Here's some money for the first half hour of parking in Chi-Town. We are walking. Great pupusa place on 63rd and Central South Side.
63rd and Central. You're about at the Midway Airport there. What
you just told us to be careful, love, and then you sent us.
And then you sent us out to Midway.
Do you think we can do Uber Eats? I'll Uber Eats it from there.
A place for food. Oh, dude, that is rough. Like in Chicago, and we were talking. I live in Gold Coast in downtown, which isn't giving away because it's huge. Okay, I'm not exactly doxing myself. A million people live there, but you get on Uber Eats in a place like Chicago. I mean, literally, you can have anything in the world. It's the bomb. Like if you're just like, oh, I've got some weird like hankering for something. Mm-hmm. I mean, a half hour at most, it's there. It's beautiful.
Yep. And to Stan in the chat, I did not skip your question. I am still working through all the questions. I really am working through all the questions. I don't skip. I try not to. Elaine was so bad at all levels. Who recommended her to Amber? Was it Elon? I don't know. Elaine was also present during the UK trial. She didn't represent in the UK trial, but she was present during that trial.
She was not good.
She's wild.
She was not good, and I really bit my tongue because none of us like to beat up another attorney. You know why? During the middle of this, I was talking around with, like, I tried a case and I was rusty and I went out there and it all went fine. But I'm like, whoo, I'm glad some of this wasn't videoed because I made some bad objections. I did some, not bad like they were wrong, but like it was awkward. It's ugly. I wasn't proud of it.
Yeah. And you can't remember how to ask a question.
Right. And it's just been a while because Chicago's been closed for 2 years. So I hadn't tried one. That's how you chip off the rust. It's just the way it is. By the way, while it wasn't my finest performance, it was as good as anybody around the city of Chicago is going to do at the moment when the courts have been closed. So that's fine. So my point is, I don't like to criticize other attorneys because I know how hard it is. But this woman is begging me to criticize her. And then she goes and has the audacity to do what she did post-trial. And then I thought, screw it. It's open season on Elaine.
Yeah.
She's embarrassed herself, and now she's obnoxiously embarrassing herself and the profession. And if someone wants to criticize her, have at it.
And yeah. She doubled down on that. It was very stupid. But Stan, I did not miss your question. I promise you I will get to them. It might take me a little longer than you would like. I really am trying here. All right, Dominique. Black Belt Barristers on YouTube. He started petitioning to get JD appeal reopened.
Yeah.
I'm sure he explained it. Yep.
Yeah, he's cool.
He already did explain it. He was on Popcorn Planet. I did catch that and saw that one. Wendy Wickett, thank you for the super chat. Hi, Rob and Mike. Is the rumor true that Elaine was forced to stop giving interviews? Love to you. We cannot speculate on that rumor. I
have no idea if I had the power to if I was on Amber's side and I said, and I could press the button to yank her, I would give her the hook because she's not good and she's embarrassing them.
Yeah.
Further.
Yeah. doing terrible.
I'm not on Amber's side, and I don't have the power, so that's relevant. But like, I don't know, but it makes sense that this rumor.
Yeah. Let's see here. Mel Bennett. Hey again. Oh my gosh. Irish Moms Grays are the same. Hispanic. Curly toed slipper. Or you'd go pick the switch. Yeah, that's a good one too. Would be to be used. Please do come visit Ireland. We have a guest section in our house. That is super freaking generous.
I'm coming over, Mel.
I have always wanted to go. I really have. And maybe Mike and I will let's do a road trip.
Yeah, absolutely. We'll go over to Ireland. What could go wrong? What could possibly go wrong?
Do you want that alphabetically, chronologically, numerically, reverse numerically, or random?
I've never been, and I would love to. It's just beautiful.
Ireland.
Speaking with Scotland, which is not even fair. Okay, so like I'm reading the the standard books about Scotland. You got your Hogwarts, which isn't in Scotland, but it's in Scotland. We all know. And then you've got what was it, Downton Abbey, when they go off to Scotland. It's like, okay, I just need to go to Scotland because this place is some kind of gorgeous.
Oh yeah,
I've never been. Like, I'm dying. I would love to go to Scotland.
All of my friends have gone.
But this is first but this is right after, this is my makeup after offending Scotland with the argue the same as the British, because I don't make them insane. I got the whole nationalist. I get it. I know.
You know what? If we're in a bar and someone walks up and just cold cocks my face and just says, "You know why? You know why."
But the best is being American. You can just get away with shit like that. Like people are like, "Oh, I'm just a dumb American. What do I know?
I can get away with that." No, you can't. You know damn well you can't get away with that.
What's going on here? Are we still on?
It's muted. Yeah, we're still on. I just flipped over to see. They are wearing hats. I flipped over to just see what was going on there.
Runkle's on.
He is there. Yeah,
Runkle's on bullshit with his. He got the bear to the taxidermist.
Shut up, bear. He must have gotten the taxidermist. Okay. Heather thinks W. Ever read Fitzgerald's short stories? Worth it? Nope. But yes. I have a running list here. Fitzgerald, Fitzy, shorts.
Try Bulgakov, The Master and Margarita.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Some kind of good.
Mel Bennett, wisdom is not a painkiller. I have retired as I have 8 ruptured discs. Oh my gosh, and on opiates now. Yep. I'm sorry, Neurontin, etc. had to retire as the med levels have fried my brain, but at least I can still walk. Also bored and a check just cleared. Don't waste the check. Like, we will continue talking. I'm very sorry about that.
Yeah.
That is really brutal. Hopefully that heals up and you actually feel a little bit better soon.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm really sorry to hear that. Thank you for participating, having fun though with us. Nabila Dib, thank you for the very generous super chat. Thank you for the amazing
seriously
content. I always learn something new. Nabila from Oz. Very nice.
Nabila, she's in Australia?
That's what she said, Oz. I was saying.
All right. So you don't. All right. You're off the hook for our meetup tonight, since it's a 20-hour flight.
It's a long flight.
Yeah, it's a long flight.
I've done that before. That sucks.
I have not.
No.
Oh my God, do I want to go to Australia? I mean, I want to go everywhere. So this is it. But like, boy, I've got a lot of Australians a lot of Australian viewers. I have no idea why. God bless them for it. And boy, do I want to go there.
It's so much fun. Dude, Brisbane, Melbourne.
I've never heard a bad thing about it.
It's freaking awesome.
I've never been to Hawaii either. I've been to a lot of places in the world, but I haven't been to Hawaii and I haven't been to Australia. And I've never heard a bad thing about either one of them. It's just it's a big flight.
You have to drink beer.
Yeah.
So the carb thing, you're gonna have to suffer through it.
You never let that go.
You have to drink beer.
I mean, I like beer. I don't dislike beer, but I don't for that reason.
Well, and when they say so, in Australia, the cool thing is when they do lights, mid, and heavies, it's not talking about the density of the beer. It's talking about the alcohol content.
Mm-hmm.
So you start the morning with lights, then you move to middies, and then in the evening you just finish off with a few heavies, and then gone. Good times. All right, Danielle, good passer. I have wondered for weeks when the attorneys would say full audio is in evidence, but I am playing this portion. Did the jury get to hear the full audio in deliberation or just clip? Jury had the full audio back there on a laptop. So
they have it, but they probably didn't listen to it.
You don't know. We don't know.
We don't know, but I mean, what do they have?
It's a lot of it.
Well, they had 2 days of deliberation. If they went through the evidence, I mean, it would have taken them a week.
Yep.
If they would have just literally just just like played whatever they had on the laptop. That's it. It would have taken a week.
So this comment right here, Lone Star Medic, yes, all the yes. Grew up in a Hispanic family, and the shotgun was a heat-seeking missile to the head. It got thrown from a mile away. I still remember my brother said to Yelida, she called her a bitch. Look, you curse it. Called her a bitch. But then he decided he was going to run away. And I see him sprint down the hallway and literally fucking stand just flying by. And they were big and leather, but they were chunky. Not fun.
You know, I one side is French, the other side is Scandinavian in my family. Yeah. And there's a slight difference. But what I had is really consternation. Like, you just got that. You got this.
Yeah.
And I never really had to. There were a couple little tussles. Nothing inappropriate. But my father could comfortably kick my ass until I was probably 20. So like past the age of majority.
Yeah.
So that was all that was required.
Was just the knowledge that he could do it,
right,
and that he had.
And I'm not saying we didn't have. We had moments, but like we had moments, but not a lot. You know, but it was real like. It's very Northern European, like cold, like
the stare.
Yeah. It's not. Yeah, but it's the same concept. But that's the way it manefests in that particular circumstance.
The fear that was instilled in that stare.
It's just, I can, right? It was that.
Yeah. I get that. That's pretty good. Julia Zaha, Great Gatsby, epic. To Kill a Mockingbird, best. Sticky Fingers, best album. Your music taste sucks, but till the last two. Okay, thank you. Okay.
Your favorite band sucks. And I want that T-shirt. It's the best because it just says it all. Your favorite band sucks.
Oh, there's a T-shirt. Favorite band sucks?
It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter what your choices are. You just roll around with that. It's fabulous.
Well, depending on the age of the people you're walking around in, it might be true.
It doesn't matter. The point is to offend.
Okay. DJ Edwards, you two are hysterical and should take this on the road. We got Austin, we got Scotland, we got San Diego. We got a whole tour set up. We're gonna go all over the place. Crazy Cat Queen, retired MD here. Was great friends with legal team in the Army, so hanging out with y'all tickles my intellectual fancy and funny, but at the same time, supposed to be studying for a Chinese exam. Study for fun. For fun. Retired MD, like you're done studying. Dude, that's commitment. Crazy Cat Queen. Good for you. Just go have some fun. That might be her fun. Let her have her fun. That's cool. I love that. That's awesome. Crazy Cat. Different people have fun in different ways. You need some naughty adventures, and this isn't naughty. This is scholastic, is what we're talking about here. Don't encourage me. So she's having a Chinese exam for fun, but here, hang with y'all. Chinese exam for I did. I just said I'm already a doctor, but I decided I'd like to get another degree in Mandarin. No, that's just work, is what that is. So Herd is writing a tell-all book. Good fucking luck. Yeah. Whoa. Oh yeah. Good. Oh yeah. Who's gonna publish it? Turns out I am a lying tramp. Okay, yeah, we knew. Yeah, thank you. I think that's what it should be called. Yeah, it turns out I lied on the stand. Apparently. I was like, my whole point in that was trying to clean it up. But that was the best I could do. Lying tramp. It was like a 30s like insult. You know what I'm saying? Or what's the title? Why I shit on the bed. Why I shit the bed by Amber Heard. I like that. Yeah. Why I shit the bed. The tale of the relationship and the trial. Right. I shit the bed and screwed the pooch. Okay, fantastic. Let's carry on, Amber. The tell-all. What? She'll just make up more crap that nobody believes, and then we'll be like, boring. So here's the thing. If she repeats all her false stories, yes, she can be sued. An injunction can be entered that prevents the book from even being published. That's why I was joking. No publisher in their right effing mind is going to try and publish that book. Right. The lawsuit that will come down on that publisher for publishing the book after knowledge that a jury has returned a verdict that she's committed defamation by those allegations is the stupidest legal call in the world. Well, the problem is now you're taking defamation from an uncollectible defendant to a collectible defendant. That's what you're doing. Yep. Yep.
So if some big publishing
random
house does it, and they actually have money in the bank, which I don't know if they do. I don't know if any publishers are solvent anymore, but assuming they were. Okay. And now we got the $10 million judgment, except you can satisfy. That's a difference.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And you can easily liquidate a corporation.
Mm-hmm.
Sell that stock off.
Oh.
See ya. Yep.
Oh, and you file like a lis pendens thing, like as soon as you file it, so like you freeze it so they can't literally during litigation they can't do anything. You've just tied them up during litigation. It would be insane for a publisher to be behind that.
Yo,
I mean, publishers are relevant. It doesn't matter. One need to look no farther than Natalie Lorchick's situation with some unknown rag that we shan't mention, but they're like, oh, we won't do this. She's like, okay, I will.
Yeah,
it probably got more views without them involved.
Or Taylor Lorenz stuff with with Alita and with Tuck. Like that was, how stupid can you be? Elise Taylor, thank you very much for the very, very, very generous super chat. Cheers from Wisconsin, joining you guys while on work break at the hospital. Oh, cheers to you, man. That's awesome. You know what? Good. Love the work you do. Awesome. And thank you for jumping on it and hanging out with us for a little bit. Heather thinks, yes, on HOAs, can they be abolished successfully? No. They cannot. You signed that deed. You bought that property subject to
that role needs to be fulfilled.
In some capacity.
It does. I don't have the answers, but no, like somebody needs to guide like ministerial decisions for a condo complex or a housing association.
Yep.
That someone needs to do it.
But just learn the lesson. Get involved. Kick the dictators off of the HOA. Mm-hmm. Cassie, thank you for a very generous super chat. A friend just asked what I was doing and said, a day drinking with some lawyers.
Yes, you are.
She just said, okay. Not sure if that's good or bad, but I'm having a blast.
It's fantastic.
We are too, and this is why I freaking love doing this, because you guys are here. I get to spend some time with Mike and laugh our asses off with you guys having a good time.
We've had nothing but fun.
This is freaking great.
All right. How many super chats do you have left?
We have 50. You can't say that out loud. When you say that out loud, people put more into. We have 16 more starred. Okay. 16 more starred. Okay. Jamie Centrella, BOE would rather expel children than Board of Education.
You got something to wash it down with? There you go. Lord, this is your last chance. This is your last chance.
Oh, it hurts the soul.
Contact me or you're out. You're out. Tito's is already interested.
Oh, it's worse than I
Fabuloso. It's worse than you remembered from an hour ago. 3 hours ago. Whatever. I don't know. Here's what I can tell you about Rob.
Yes, somebody.
Here's what I can tell you about Rob. He's that guy. He really is. Like, we've said this earlier, but like I meet him, I'm like, here's Rob. There's no BS. There's no front here. What you've seen on his channel, that's that guy.
Yeah. And by the way, Mike is the exact same. Like quite literally, we hang out at lunch. And it's like we are the same people. And for that one, I'm going to do a plug here. So I don't like to do the plug stuff, but if you guys are here and you have not subscribed to Mike's channel, please do so. Like I really like hanging out with this guy. I'm going to do more stuff with him. And when you subscribe to his channel, you can actually see, because I like to jump on his happy hours unannounced all the time.
That was fun last night. That turned out late.
Yeah.
Deborah Davis came in last night. We had a ball.
Yeah. So I like to jump on his happy hours, like random last minute. Mike will text me quite literally. He's like, I'm on stream now. And I'm like,
yeah, that's the notice he gets.
Exactly. So that's the notice I get, which means if you want to see any of that, you got to subscribe.
They'll be like, guy. Dude, I'm literally in the shower. Maybe give me 10 minutes. I don't know.
Yeah. All right. Jamie Cantrella. Board of Education will expel children by law under IDEA. Identify, evaluate, provide services. Yes. For children who have learning disabilities. I researched the hell out of this. It's all about the money. It's about the money, and it's about protecting their own. They're protecting their own. They're protecting their own. They're protecting the teachers. The amount of money that gets put behind those lobbies is massive amounts of money. Taking them on is huge. Contact attorneys in the area. They will be able to refer you to an attorney who kind of specializes in that. So yeah, it's a really big problem. Jim K, what have I wandered into? I don't know.
You haven't wandered into anything yet.
I don't know. Have fun. We are. We are.
And
hopefully you are here too, having a good time as well. Lena in love.
Oh, Lena's in love.
Yep, Lena's in love. Yoo-hoo. Hi.
Past midnight here in the Arctic. Norway.
Wow.
I got into that. So I'm half French, half Scandinavian, and I'm part Swedish, and actually not Norwegian, but Danish, Swedish, and French. But Scandinavia, it's all cranky Northern European, sardine eating, vodka drinking peoples.
Polish, right? Did you ever eat pickled? Pickled herring.
Oh yeah.
For New Year's.
Oh yeah. We used to do shots of vodka and use herring as chasers. Oh yeah.
That sounds gross.
Yeah. No, it's good.
Have you been to Europe? I think you answered that question.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. I love Europe. I love Italy. I love Spain. Barcelona.
I haven't been to Spain.
Oh, seriously?
Been to Italy. Haven't been to Spain. I hear nothing but good things. Another one I've heard nothing of good things about it, but I haven't been to Spain.
Okay, the food's amazing.
Or Portugal.
I haven't been to Portugal. Been to France. Spain.
France, yeah.
London.
I haven't been to London. And that's like next to my bucket list because I just have to.
Ooh, Prague. That's a good one too.
Does it? Yeah. Or Budapest. But I've been to Heathrow, but that doesn't count. I didn't get off the plane.
Okay, got it. You exchanged right. Hopefully you answered that question. Amy,
but I've pissed off all the UK tonight. You just when you say, is there any difference between Scotland and England? You offend both of them.
You do. So if someone comes and hits you in the face, one, I'm not going to defend your honor. Two, I'm actually probably going to ask if they are Scottish or British and just try to figure out
either way
who you offended more.
Yeah.
Okay. Amy Richter, have you ever heard of the Sherry Arnold case?
No.
Ooh, writing it down. I'm going to look it up. Sherry Arnold.
What did Sherry do?
I do look these things up after I get off this stream. Lexi got him stabs. All right. I am finally home and able to join in. How many drinks in are we, and how much bail will you be needing? Probably around $6,000. But just make sure it's in trust, locked up, and don't actually do it. I think we're going to be somewhat well behaved. I think we're 3 drinks in.
Yeah, we're all good. I know people. Depends which judge we get pulled in front of. It could either help or make it 10 times worse. It just depends. It just depends.
This is gonna be terrible. God, I hope we don't get arrested. Okay. All right. Mel Bennett. When baby lawyers were lucky, we were lucky that we had no social media to worry about. Nothing will go wrong in Ireland. But seriously, I'd love to do a chat online. Scotland, only 15 miles from Ireland on the ferry. Mel B. I'm Mel B. I just called you Mel B.
Yeah.
That's kind of cool. Mel Bennett. Please reach out to me on Twitter.
No, we're just coming over.
I'll very glad to chat you on this stuff. I love, you've been nothing but gracious tonight and given great insight. So yeah, I would love to get some more information from you. I love that system. That's cool. Jules, do you think AH will appeal, or was that just a smokescreen? Would she use her $2 million towards the cost? If she does, the costs of the appeal are substantial. I don't know if she's going to. She has quite a bit of time to think about it.
I saw an article where they said that he would let the judgment go if she doesn't appeal. I don't know if there's any merit to that, but it wouldn't surprise me if that's the case. It wouldn't surprise me if it wasn't.
It's just media speculating. It really is. Media is just speculating because they're trying to push that. They want him to do that. I don't.
Yeah, but she's so not collectible. That's an easy thing to waive.
Did you not see the picture of her getting onto a private jet today?
Yeah, but that's side stuff. It's not her assets.
How is she paying for the private jet?
Elon Musk. She's leveraging the people that she has. Either I think she has Elon Musk's child that she used number. I don't know, but that seems to be the case, and that seems to be her way of financing things. It's a squirt in the bucket to him. He doesn't care, and he'd like to keep it quiet. And it's his probably his child. I don't know the speculation. I have no idea.
If I'm Johnny Depp, and that's hypothetically taking place. If I'm Johnny Depp, one, I'm contacting the IRS and having the IRS challenge Elon Musk for declaring those gifts. In which case, he would have to write that off as income or a gift. He'd have to either write her a 1099 for money that he's paying her, or he'd have to pay the gift tax himself,
which is fine.
Yeah,
that means nothing to him.
But that's 50% of everything he's gifting.
So what?
It's a big ask. He's Elon Musk. I get it.
He's worth $100 billion.
I know, but I also think she kind of burned that bridge too. I don't know. I don't want to speculate. I want to see what happens.
She burned that bridge, except that I think that it might be his child that she's got.
God, that's just
yeah. Don't hook up with crazy. And he didn't even in this case. I think it's an embryo scenario.
That's what I heard.
So it's not even like he did. Like, oh God. So you just can't let your DNA know.
Oh, did you know another tidbit? Charles Lindbergh. So
yeah.
Charles Lindbergh. I've been doing tons of
we're running the gamut here.
Yeah.
No. Like let's go back 100 years.
Yeah, awesome.
Right.
ADHD. Charles Lindbergh, after his the baby kidnapping, baby died, etc. He had 5 other kids. He had 5 other kids from that. But it turns out after he passed,
same woman,
5 kids with that woman.
Right.
But it turns out after he passed, there were 7 other kids.
Well, yeah.
By other women.
Sure.
That's a baker's dozen. That's 13 kids.
Yeah. Well, I mean,
lucky Lindy, not so lucky on the not
getting
lucky.
The guy was the first guy to fly across the Atlantic.
He also put gasoline in the water bottle of his best buddy as a practical joke, almost killed him.
Well, that was a poor move.
And threw pillows at his child who might have had a club foot as a method of teasing him. He was not a good dude.
Maybe not, but he was high profile and could get a lot.
That's true.
So
that's true.
You can't trust a guy with options. I'll say that right here. You can't trust a guy with options. I know some people who are like that, and you can't trust them.
Oh, God. Julia Zaha, Midway. Come on, it's not Inglewood. And yes, my soul to Uber Eats as I live a few miles outside of Chicago and import its amazing food too much. The South Side is Inglewood. Trust me. There's no. You think it's where? Oh, we could have an Olympics on this, and we're not. I don't know who wins, but it's close. I'll say that it's close. Julia hit us again. All right, Julia, thank you for being so generous tonight. By the way, love having you here in the chat. Completely outside the scope. What do you gentlemen think of legal ability to go after Big Pharma or FDA or any son of a bitch for bad acts during pandemic? As a pharmacist, I had to ask. They were immunized. They were immunized. The federal government immunized them. They were immunized them in the 80s by the Reagan administration, and I'm not happy about it, but those are the facts. And they immunized them under the Defense Authorization Act. Yes. When they authorized that. They immunized them from all liability until kingdom come, period, end of story. Yes. And at some point, might that get overturned like sort of tobacco litigation did? Yes. Maybe. But we were talking about 70 years from now, we're all dead. Doesn't matter. Okay, carry on. Chloe, come to Scotland. We have the best pubs. We are not going to debate Scottish versus Irish pubs. Wait, no. We are. I don't believe you. Prove it, Chloe. Prove it. God. Okay. Prove it. I will show up in Glasgow, and then you prove it to me. That's what I'm saying. Oh, good Lord. Mike. Spicy Michael. Rosslyn, the Morda. I feel like I've got that worse as time goes on. Yes, Mel Bennett. I extend the welcome to Ireland. And come on, Mike, you can't get away with the I'm a Yank shtick. You're such a smart lawyer. Rob knows. Yes, he is a very smart lawyer. It's not a shtick. He's a smart lawyer. He also realizes that he can have fun and relax and unwind. That's the point. You can relax and unwind. And the funny thing is, the cool thing about the YouTube stuff is we can unwind and actually relay information to people in a way that is easily digestible. Yeah.
You know what surprises me is when I do like videos, and you probably have this experience too. And I feel bad because I'm like, I didn't say anything remotely interesting. And then I get the comments, people like, I learned a lot. I'm like, how? Do you know what I'm saying?
I did a bankruptcy live stream.
Mm-hmm.
And there were 19,000 people watching there. I was talking about bankruptcy law.
That's amazing.
But I love this stuff. I'm such a freaking nerd about this stuff.
Right.
Like I'll talk about this all day. But thank you very much, Russell. Royce. Maddie Langton.
Arizona for cubby spring training. Yeah, I'm in.
Ooh, I love Arizona. I go there every year.
I don't care about cubby spring training. I mean, like that would be like modest. I wouldn't mind going to it or something.
Mm-hmm.
But I'd rather just go to Arizona at that time of year because it's
I care
the
about golf.
weather and it's a cool place to be.
Yeah. I care about golf.
All right, Maggie, we're coming over.
Yep, my parents.
We're raiding your house. All I'm saying is, you better stock up at Costco first because we eat a lot. We eat a lot.
You're showing up at their house. That's not a good thing to do. Don't tell ladies you're showing up at their house. Okay. Angie, hi. Thank you for the super chat. I was also raised with the speed of that thing. Yes, it was a fucking bullet. Nice pronunciation. Thank you very much. Julie Zaha, I have that tea. Dude, every band is your favorite band sucks. Music taste is amazing. Yes, it is. Mary Malarkey. Hi, Rob Mike. I just buried my husband 23 years yesterday. Oh my God. I am so very sorry for your loss.
Yeah, seriously.
Followed you both during the JD trial. This is just what I needed. Poured an ale. Cheers. Have one. Have two. Have one in his honor.
Yeah.
Cheers to that marriage. Cheers.
Mm-hmm.
Cheers. Yeah, that's amazing. Congrats on such a successful marriage. I'm so sorry for that loss. But
seriously.
I'm sure you have 23 years of amazing memories. So wonderful. And I hope you heal and my condolences.
Mm-hmm.
It's always really hard, like to get right back to super chats after something.
Yep. That's what's hard about super chats is like, okay, one thing will be like an obscure, like this is that, like, here's a different, it's just different in tone. There's nothing wrong with this chat or that chat, but it's so different in tone. And then some of them will just like have like a bunch of like abbreviations and stuff. And like, I can't decipher this.
It's really hard.
And then one of them will be emotionally a bomb.
Yeah.
And then one will be really very light, but edgy. And then you're like, I
know. It's really hard.
That's hard. And it's all fun. Like none of this is a complaint. No. We can deal with all of it.
And to be honest, it's just emotional processing because the thing is part of that, and just speaking from like speculation here, but like, so this was the 3rd anniversary of my dad's passing, right? This past week. And part of me sharing that experience is the cathartic feeling of sharing that experience.
Right.
And then to have someone else reflect that back to you. It's not that you need them to reflect it back to you.
Right.
I love doing it. I love sharing that experience with people because it's a really serious thing.
Right.
But it's a recognition that they just want to be with you in that moment.
Right.
That's kind of cool.
Oh, it's heavy. Yeah.
It's really cool.
Yep.
Yeah.
You move from heavy to light to mildly inappropriate to wildly inappropriate to just a reference I may or may not get to. Well, it's like
it's all over the freaking place.
Meanwhile, it's all still fun.
Yeah.
None of this is a complaint. It's just that's what you're dealing with.
Yeah. Oh, Kurt's in the chat. Hey, Kurt. I see you, buddy. We're trying to land this thing. Yeah, we're trying to land this thing.
We're gonna land this thing.
We're trying.
We're gonna land this thing. We need to land this so we can go embarrass ourselves in a whole different medium.
Yeah, in public in a bar. God, this is terrible. Okay, here we go. Hempland, Texas, the lying liar that lies. Kurt's favorite moniker for Amber Heard. Yes, I love it. JJ Brett, could you talk about being an introvert, extrovert, and going into law? Rob seems maybe introvert and wondering how you handle trials.
I was going to say, you can ask me about being an introvert because I don't know anything about it.
You're not an introvert. Mike is not. Mike is not. I am. Very first trial, I remember walking in front of the bench and getting up to the microphone, and I speak in the microphone in his federal court. This was the first bench trial.
Oh, but I had nerves for this stuff.
I did too. But
Yeah, it says I'm an extroverted guy,
Yeah.
and when your first appearances as an attorney scare the living
Especially
hell out of
federal.
you.
So the first trial I had was state court. It was that little assault case. Then
Mhm.
about 3 weeks later, I had a federal case of bankruptcy matter in the bankruptcy court. Walking in bankruptcy court, federal court, big courthouse. You walk in front of the bar, and the stupid thing does a squeak, right? It goes creak, creak. And you walk up to the bar, and the federal court, they have the microphone. And you speak into the microphone, Rob Morton. I said, either way, Rob. And you hear from the loudspeakers, like you hear yourself resonating. And I remember like looking up and going, what the fuck? Like I was scared out of my mind.
Yeah, but the bomb in federal court though is that the clerk does the order for you. It's luxury living.
I get that. But the introvert extrovert thing, you grow into it.
Yeah.
And honestly, with the live streams, I like it because I don't really realize there are 1,700 of you. I get to have a conversation with this man.
Yeah, this is very natural because we're just talking.
Yeah,
honestly, yeah.
But when I see, like when I started streaming, I see a bunch of people there. I freak out for a bit until I calm down. It's hard. Trials are tough, but you fall into a rhythm. That's the best thing I can say. Mel B, have you guys seen an uplift in your services? No, I still.
From all no.
I still just practice. I have my practice.
My practice is just like the same. You know.
Yeah, it's still the same. Yeah.
Probably like even to the extent there may even be an uplift. So I don't even mean that in a bad way, but the way that would play out is like it would take a long time for that to filter into your practice.
Oh no, Kurt.
What?
I see. What did
Kurt do?
No, bad Kurt.
I would say send him a link, but we're trying to land
because he knows this. He keeps on
Screw you,
super
Kurt.
chats.
What's he doing?
He's dropping super chats. Like he's just doing like boom, boom, boom.
Jackass.
Dude,
I told him this the other night I was on a stream. I had to like leave. He did a January 6th stream. I'm like, this is just like it's just annoying propaganda afterwards. So, and I sent him an apology for it. But I love Kurt. But the other night he was on, and I get on, and he's doing a stream about cologne, and I'm like, because he's funny, right?
Yeah, Kurt's hilarious.
So I'm like, okay, so he's doing a bit. This is gonna be hilarious. No, he was dead serious doing a stream on men's cologne. But it was good. I'm like, oh, this is actually interesting. Like I fall into Kurt's stream about cologne, men's cologne. And like he's going on and about all his colognes. I'm like, I have one of them. I have Sauvage. That's what I have. So I'm like, that's one. That's as much as I'm gonna do.
Okay.
But I'm like, this is good information for like say other people. But like I've got a cologne. That's enough, right?
Yeah.
Come on, man. That should get you through.
That should. I don't do the cologne.
Yeah. Right. Like none is fine too.
I'm not an aficionado, but
right.
But now that you have talked to me about this stream, I need to go check this out.
It's fantastic. It was like later at night, and I did this. And I'm like, I'll be damned. Again, I just thought he was doing a joke, which would have been funny because he's funny.
Yes,
but if he did it straight, it turns out that was interesting too. He's just good.
I fucking love it.
Anyway, there we go. Hi, Kurt. Now knock it off. Stop it. No, and I gotta do bush him again. I don't know how you do it. Do you need a break?
I'm good for a minute.
So yes, you do.
Read me and love it. Yes, I see you, Kurt. I'm gonna get to you in the order of everyone else. Normally, Rob's face in the last drink is priceless. It was not priceless. That had a price to it. It took a toll on my soul to drink that drink. Maria Rincon, to who asked for breweries recommendations in Virginia? Commonwealth Brewery, gold medal worthy IPAs and sours. P.S. If you all like pupusas, try Venezuelan arepas. I love arepas. Yes, absolutely awesome. Yep, agreed. I'm gonna make Mike eat some food. Angie Lafori, I just got my mega pint of wine to join you guys. Drink up, my friend. Mel Bennett, have hot single friend in Spain looking for a man. Mel, I'm going to save you here for when Mike gets back because he's going to want to see that one. Kelly C, I know Mike said he wanted a warm city tour, but I'm thinking a Midwest booze tour is more appropriate for you two. I am not letting Mike pick booze for me right now. Mike is too excited. He's so excited. Stan Anderson, Amber's home is easy to find online. It's not that large. How can she save herself from liability to the verdict? Can she keep her home? That is going to be a state exemption law issue. I don't know. It's going to depend a lot on bankruptcy law, where she is in the jurisdiction where she lives. I would say let's see where a bankruptcy is filed or what collection efforts take place, and then we'll be able to analyze it further. It's speculation at this point, unfortunately. Logo, thank you for the super chat. Very much appreciated. Lindsay M. Tune in later because YouTube's notification system is flawless and perfect. Rolling eyes. Yeah, sometimes it is. And the first words I hear are Mike telling me my favorite band sucks. We'll have to go back and watch the whole thing later. Enjoy your trip, Rob. So, Lindsay, Mike did not tell you your favorite band sucks. Mike said that he wants a t-shirt that literally says your favorite band sucks, so that he can wear it in public and do what Mike does, which is just start funny conversations with all kinds of people. Logo, hello from a boat off the coast of Scotland. Hello, Logo. Never in love.
Hello, Scotland.
Yeah, hello, Scotland. Let's be clear. L-O to the V-E means Lofoten, Vesterlen Islands. Look at the map. I saw that bottle's name. Malort. So that's Scandinavian for wormwood. It tastes like.
Is it Scandinavian for wormwood? It tastes different than what's that? It's that.
You're talking about absinthe.
Absinthe. Yeah, I'm talking absinthe.
That's very different than just.
Yeah, wormwood. It's got different. That's got an anise flavor. This has got a like bitters flavor.
You said that has a what flavor?
Anise.
This tastes like anus.
It's anise versus anus.
JJ Brock. How do lawyers like JD
We'll be here all week.
Teams? Does JD allow baby lawyers to do the direct cross? JD trusted Ben Chu. Ben Chu chose who would do the direct and cross examinations, and it turned out that Ben Chu was right on all those calls.
He was. Although I wouldn't have done it, I would have taken the cross myself.
That was for you. Mel Bennett. Have a hot single friend in Spain looking for men. He throws an awful place. You've not actually pissed us off. Everyone hates the English and everyone else. So you need Mel Bennett.
I don't hate the English.
It's just you.
That's the best I can do.
I will live vicariously through you guys. So have a drink for me. I'm far too shy to go anywhere right now. That looks like a old-fashioned, a martini, and a glass red wine. All of my favorite things. By the way, Superdog is on Devon and Milwaukee.
Superdog is on Devon and Milwaukee? Devon? Oh, dude, that's north. You're out in that's like Devon and Milwaukee. That's like you're getting near Skokie there.
Julia Zaha, if this is the second gem you've given me tonight, I'm going to be really happy. Or if it's like the third, I'm still going to be happier. Leopold and Loeb, represented by Clarence Darrow. Must read for the thrill of it.
I did a video on that trial. Whatever the movie for that trial.
Did you?
Yeah,
that's cool.
Inherit the Wind. Yeah.
Heather thinks W. Good Lord.
NDA. What is that? Non-disclosure. I don't know. Word of all evil. NDAA. I don't know. I'm not getting the acronym off the top. It's familiar. I should know, but I don't right now.
It's going to come back to me in like 2 minutes.
Right.
Michelle Cuevas, thank you for the super chat.
Non-disclosure agreement is NDA, but I don't know what NDAA is, so that might be totally different.
Heather, thanks. Thank you for the super chat. Bankruptcy, riveting. Rob underpaints the draw his pretty face and Mike's baby arse skin. He does have baby arse skin. Mel Bennett, have a shot for me as I don't drink. That's going to be Mike's doing.
We had two.
We did. Embellished. Rob, check out Notion. So for an online note taking platform, I love it. Oh, kind of cool. I like that idea.
You are my heroes. Did you ever know that? Yeah. I'm almost buying that, Kurt.
Well, let's see how much torture he has laid upon us. How much torture have you laid upon us? So much more torture. Oh,
Kurt's funny.
I love it.
He really gets me sometimes. It's like comes out of like left field when you least expect it.
The support that he shows in the chat when he shows up like this randomly is freaking awesome. It is awesome. All right. Mel Bennett, have a beautiful single Spanish friend. See, man, bankruptcy is really interesting, though. The beautiful Spanish speaking male friend. Bankruptcy is really interesting, though. Same as contracts, except the American ones. Yes, Shakespeare was derogatory. We have no Costco in Ireland. Hell then trip to England. Oh, man, I'm friggin' up for it. That's going to be fun. If you ever come to Alberta, Jen, to visit Ian, make sure
I want to go to Banff.
Yes.
Banff. Yes.
Absolutely. And
yes. That was why I would. That is the one and only reason I would go to Alberta. I mean, it's awesome, but there's
a golf course there that I want to play.
Isn't that Lake Louise too, or no?
Yeah,
am I saying the wrong thing?
I don't know. But there's a golf course there that I want to play that has the mountains in the background. It's beautiful. Yeah, absolutely.
I've done Whistler Blackcomb. That's top notch.
Logo, if you come to Scotland, I have a spare room. Thank you.
I'm coming over.
Mike's
what's up?
Kurt,
what's up, brother?
Can't stop, won't stop. Casey, greetings West Loop. Any Chicago bar recommendations?
I don't know.
Where are we going?
I don't get out much. We are going to Treehouse.
Yes.
I know we were just there. I literally don't know.
Treehouse.
Yeah, and the reason for that is it's big and it's close, and that's why you have to land this thing. It's $5.55 for crying out loud.
Crying out loud. Stop crying out loud.
We're going to Treehouse.
Cry in your soul.
Greetings, West Loop. Casey, get your butt over here. You're close. West Loop is close.
Is it close?
Yeah, we're just going north of the river. If you go over, the river makes a right angle here. If you go over this way, you're in West Loop.
You insulted this poor woman.
What's
Megan
that?
Perkins, still staring at my 10-step skincare. Stop.
Megan, come on over. I'll explain it to you.
Don't drop heat in my chat like that.
I'll explain the whole.
You can make innuendo, but you don't do that to my chat.
I'll explain the whole skincare regime.
Megan, ignore this man immediately. Can't stop. Uncivil. Kurt. Damn it, Kurt. Jen K, something to Mike. This is lovely. Now pre-gaming for girls chat. As a widow, my heart goes out to Mary. I'm so sorry for your loss. I really am. Mm-hmm. It's been 7 years and slowly gets better. I imagine that was a wonderful 7 years, especially if you've got that memory and take that with you forever. So wonderful. Thank you for dropping that, giving support to anyone else who's been through that. So Jen, wonderful super chat. Thank you. Extroverted Emily. Thank you for the very generous super chat. Y'all are very fun to watch and make law interesting to hear.
Thank you.
Have a drink on me in celebration. I passed my third and final life strip test yesterday to
NCMHCE.
That looks medical. That looks medical.
It looks medical-ish. Yeah.
That's a lot of letters.
Yeah, that's a lot of letters.
I'm going to say congratulations. That's a lot of letters.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's awesome. Congrats.
Like whatever it is, I'm sure it's hard.
Yep. Congratulations. That's amazing. Blue-eyed country gal, thanks for hanging with me while my boys and dog play in the pool. Yep.
No problem.
Absolutely. Anytime.
That's when we like to hang with you.
Yep. Joshua Martinez. God, Mike, I gotta land this plane. Joshua Martinez, it's the two of you starting a stand-up tour. If Mike Foley can do it, so can y'all. Have a nice day. Stand-up is not our routine.
Kurt. We love you, Kurt.
We love you.
We know you love you, Kurt.
You're destroying my soul. Read me. Love it. I do love it. Absolutely. Lori Zell, for Mike thinking he's not saying anything interesting. I'm stagecraft tech for BC. Law, especially U.S. law, is totally outside the scope of my education. Learning so much from y'all. Thank you for adding value.
Oh,
Mike,
thank you. I think just that's someone being extremely correct.
That was very nice.
Yeah.
Uncivil law. How do I countersink a screw design? Kurt, there is a tool called a countersink. You can buy it at Home Depot.
See, I wouldn't know this.
Yeah, it's a countersink. You buy it at Home Depot, and it has a little.
Ooh, but I still have the guy thing where I can just go into a zone in Home Depot and just
disappear and walk around.
Right, and literally just you know what? I'm gonna grab some pipe stuff and put it together.
You know,
for no reason. It's genetic.
You ever walk into a Home Depot and they have the air vents that come down on you? There are there's pheromones.
Yeah.
Pump in there. Yeah. And the second you walk in,
you smell that wood
and then the guy just goes, I forgot what I was doing, and then wanders around for 3 hours.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's like Target for women.
It's the best.
Yeah. JJ Breck, I definitely figured Mike not an introvert. Go fuck figure. Samantha Mary, y'all talking about all these countries, and I'm just trying to go outside Southwest Virginia. Get out, man. You know what?
Come on over to Chicago.
Go wherever you're comfortable. If you're comfortable where you are, stay where you are. If you want to go out and venture, there's tons of places and there's tons of people to meet. honestly, you will be shocked at how welcoming a lot of people are.
Yeah, seriously, you can fly right up here to Chicago just like he did. We can get you mugged, no problem. You'll be back in a couple days.
Crazy cats. I'm willing to bet I have more naughty adventures, including internationally, than you and Rob combined. Ooh,
Crazy.
my.
Okay, then we need to hang out. I'm willing to learn. You know.
That was suggestive. That was and intimidating.
And I don't believe you.
Oh my gosh, Mike's calling you out. That's terrible. You want that plastic working come Miller time? Oh God. Kathy Brady, thank you, Kurt. By the way, Kathy Brady, love this laid back Rob. No breathing needed. No. I do better when I have like a buddy that's helping me here.
Except I haven't helped you. You need a break. You need to go to the boys' room.
I do need to go boys' room. Here, take them up.
Yeah, all right.
Let me answer Kurt's question. When do I use a joist versus a beam? A joist is under a floor. A beam goes above your head.
See, I wouldn't know that, but I'm familiar with both. But I couldn't answer the question.
I'm gonna beam you in the head.
All right. Have you started, or are we just rolling down?
I've started. You got to roll to keep your eyes on the left hand side. Where's the key card?
Oh,
Michael.
There's a key card to the bathroom. All right. Ina, 199. Rob on going up against Elaine in the future. Oh, yeah. Well, he's not here. But thank you, Ina. No, Mike. Inherit the Wind is the monkey trial. Yeah, it's the Scopes monkey trial. Leopold and oh, yeah. Okay, fine. All right. Don't bring reality into this after I've cocktailed. I mean, that's not fair, Julia. All right, you're making the call on Midway. P.S. I'm subscribed. Oh. Okay, where are we at? Okay, let's do this one. 3 women sitting in a bar naked. How do you know who is drinking whiskey? The one with the black bush. Only 30 minutes drive from the oldest whiskey distillery in the world. Let's move along before I get in trouble. My last super chat, but hoping they keep coming to see you guys get more drunk. Love you both, and we'll follow all this. You know what? I've been a little worse, but not much. Rob has been good. We've had a little bit. He's not really feeling it yet. He will before the evening's over, but I think he's holding back, and wisely so, before we go to the bar. Okay, there we go. Other than costs, are there disadvantages to stone wool insulation? There's a better option for Stop it, Kurt, and I have no idea. That's something definitely for Rob to handle. Heather Fayez, Arizona, 199. Thank you. Okay, I think we're good.
What did I miss?
I think we've landed.
Do you want control?
Close it down. No. Yeah, I got us through.
Are you sure?
I did.
If you lie to me,
I think we're all the way to the bottom.
If you lie to me, you have to do shot of alert by yourself. Did he do it? Guys, did he do it? You didn't do it. You failed.
Well, I wasn't watching the chat. I was just going with the stars.
Flip.
Oh, I was supposed to flip back and forth?
You have to flip back and forth.
That's too difficult.
No, you need to shut him alert by yourself. I'm not going to do that to you. Okay. All right. Couple more. You didn't unstar him, though. Did you do all these?
I did all the stars that were in there, but I was not starring anything.
Did you unstar anything?
No, I didn't unstar.
Why don't you unstar? You have to unstar when you finish.
Oh.
That's how you remember where you are.
Oh, okay.
All right. Heather Faye, thank you for the super chat. Very nice. Sherry and Max, 2IDEA. Taught my daughter's school for educational needs and so many ADA, Title II non-compliant issues. Huge stuff. Department of Justice was the key. Call them. Don't give up. Schools cower at the word discrimination. Mm-hmm. Some of them do. Some of them don't. Depends on how you use the term. It honestly varies by jurisdiction. Yesenia.
Oh, that's my assistant, Yesenia. Oh, where's the after party?
Where's the after party?
Where it's Treetops, isn't it? We were just there. We walked by. She knows where it is because it's Treehouse, wasn't the bar?
Yeah, Treehouse.
Okay, Treehouse. We're going to Treehouse, Yesenia.
Yeah, and Yesenia.
I warned her. I said, come on, because some people know her.
I know,
but I don't know if she can.
Oh, Yesenia, I need to meet
Whatever.
you. I saw the stream yesterday. You did freaking awesome. So funny. I loved it. It was awesome. Great.
Yesenia, help me do the sound check for this deal.
Yep. Mel Bennett, show my joke to Rob. Black Bush is a whiskey from Bushmills.
Yeah,
God.
Yeah.
Was
yeah.
it bad?
It was
Was it really bad?
Yeah, it's one with the Black Bush was the punchline, and I'm like, I can't. I
Don't know
gotta
if
stay out of
that's-
this.
Let me see. I'm just gonna scroll up. Whiskey. I don't know what the Black Bush. Oh, it's a whiskey.
There we go. 6:04.
Did you show it or not?
We gotta go. I did.
Okay.
We're past that.
Okay.
Close it down.
You're yelling at me. Show Black. I've decided for the
man.
shiners. Yes, it burns from the back to the throat all the way down. Trust me, best or worst you've ever had. Worst. Nanner, how sexist. A 6-year-old woman has said the same thing at Home Depot. Go Packers. Dude.
Well,
Yeah.
fair enough. Fair enough.
same thing.
Yeah.
That's fair.
It can strike anybody that way.
That's totally fair.
Yeah, and a guy can go into Target and have that experience too.
I-
I'm going with generalities.
I will take that on. That was right up on. Yep, you got me on that one. Okay, guys. Mel B. Kurt with wood in hand. Oh my word! We're not gonna comment on that
No.
one. Hard heckling.
No.
I love it. Kurt is awesome. I love when Kurt shows up in these
Yeah.
streams. It's
Yeah.
one of the coolest things in the world.
Kurt's
to
the
have to
bomb.
Support something like that. So Lexi Autumn Stabs. This is the last super chat for the evening, guys. Both of you get to Vancouver ASAP. I have a spare room and whiskey.
Ooh, I've only been to Vancouver to land to go up to
So
Whistler.
Freaking cool.
And all I thought was going out of there is, damn, this is a pretty town. I want to
it
spend
is.
more time here.
Yep.
That's
Absolutely.
all. That's my entire experience with Vancouver. Going, wow, do I need to find an excuse to come here?
Stay strong. You guys are still here. We stay strong. We are no longer still here. Thank you for the
We're
update on the $117,000 that's been donated to charity on Alita stream.
Wow.
You guys jump over there, donate if you can. Honestly, it was great. I'm here with Mike because I don't get a chance to spend time with him.
Yeah.
In person. So I would be on that stream. So would he. We'd both
Right.
be on that stream, but we
Should
need
we pop
time
on
to
for 5
ourselves.
minutes then go?
We're going to pop on for 5 minutes then.
All right. We'll pop on for 5 minutes on the live
Okay.
stream and then go. But we're literally not hanging out because we want to go out.
We need to go out.
We'll just stop and say hi.
Stop and say hi.
They probably have 10 people on there, so we can't anyway. But we'll try. And if we can, we can. If we can't, we can't.
5 minutes. 5 minutes.
5 minutes. Thank you all for coming out.
Yeah, you guys are.
I
freaking
love
awesome.
it.
All right.
Love it. Hit the like on the way out.
You know what? Before we log off, so keep talking for a second.
Let's just see if it's still going.
No, I'm going to link it so that people can jump over to it.
Okay.
When the stream ends, I'm going.
This is saying something though, because it's not that hard, but like you're on my,
direct
you're not on your computer.
people.
You know what I mean?
I'm not on my computer. I get confused sometimes, all the time, honestly. Redirect. We're going to add a redirect, and we are going to choose this video. What is this video? Happy. Why is it doing it? I don't want to do that. My channel. Wrong. No, I'm going to figure this out, guys. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to pin it in the chat. And we are putting it in the chat. Going in the chat now.
What's the deal here? Why is it a different time?
Leave me alone. Don't leave me alone.
It's lagging now or something. Oh, okay, now we're back.
Yeah, because
We're back, baby.
There we go. All right, guys. It is. I'm going to pin it in the chat. Give me 1 second. I have to figure this crap out. All right, it's pinned in the chat.
Pinned in the chat. We're gonna run over it, and then we're going over to Treetops or whatever the hell that place is.
So we'll see you guys in a little bit. Thank you guys for coming on.
Thank you
Honestly, it was
all.
a freaking blast. So, yeah. So awesome. See you guys.